Yo, 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 yo. Let's do this. Let's turn on some YouTubes.
I'm a really sensitive.
No, I saw that one. Me and Ludwig live together. Who'd have thought? Who's Bevo? Ooh, TikTok cruise ship bullshit. I don't know much about it, but I know enough to know that it's fucking stupid.
Previously on the 9-month cruise, passengers competed in the Royal Rumble to see who would make it through Cruisemania.
He revealed that there were 4 women that were fighting.
Passengers did an Austin McBoon in the hopes of committing insurance fraud.
They've been pretending that they're sick so that insurance covers all the costs.
And an angry man ruins his career for the sake of a TikTok live stream.
We didn't ask you to be here, and you don't have to stay.
Now let's see what happens on today's episode of the 9-month cruise.
Okay, I have seen the comments, alright, I get it. You want the 9-month cruise drama. Honestly, I can't upload a single video right now without a bunch of comments saying,
We want the 9-month cruise drama. Where's the cruise ship?
and I get it, carry on the series, but the truth is, not much has really happened since the last video. And it really wasn't up until today that there was enough stuff to talk about in a separate video. We've made it to this point now. And I know I mentioned in one of the previous episodes that I may actually go on the ship myself and maybe film my experience. I'm still thinking about it, but I do want to get a gauge on how you lot feel about me going on the ship and making content about it, because it's very different to anything I've done before. So, if you're interested in seeing that, please leave a like on this video, and if it gets a ridiculous amount of likes compared to usual, I'll definitely be tempted. I'm thinking like 25,000 likes would be so substantial that I probably wouldn't be able to say no, because I don't think I've reached that amount of likes since my Gel Lady TikTok video.
There's a prime spot for mayhem.
1,000 views. This one's not gonna get that much. But if you do really want to see it, leave a like down below. I never set my goals, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but yeah, I'm just throwing that out
There's
there.
a prime spot for mayhem.
Regarding the 9
I'm Jump Master.
And the first update involves the Pinnacle members being pretty angry. So you know how ever since the ship was announced, there's been this whole hierarchy system people keep talking about, right? The Pinnacle members would treat the other members like shit. Or maybe not like shit, but they would look down upon them, you know? You're not a Pinnacle member, you're not a team. But it turns out there's a bit of civil war going on between the Pinnacle members because some of them have been demoted.
So apparently there's a new level of pinnacle status. If you put Pinnacle on there, there's exclusive
First blood.
Pinnacle.
Game bloody on, fellas.
Okay, it's already as confusing as it is. I still don't even really get the whole Pinnacle thing. Like, how many more levels do we need? We've already got people with gold badges, we're getting platinum badges, diamond badges. Like, what is next?
This has been causing a bit of friction on board of the world.
Oh no, say it ain't so.
Some of these Pinnacle members are now being referred to as second-class Pinnacles.
I'm running away, buddy.
Why is that so funny? Some of these Pinnacle members are now being classed as second-class Pinnacles, and you already know they would be fuming about this, right? All of a sudden your gold badge is pretty pointless, isn't it? You're not embarrassed about wearing it? You're one of those peasants now, eh? How does it feel?
I found this post on a Facebook group and I was just absolutely howling. Listen to this. I just left guest services after requesting a full refund
I'm coming.
of 10 upcoming cruises because of the unfairness of the new rules allowing special guests Pinnacle privileges that aren't given to all Pinnacle members.
Oh, so now all of a sudden they don't like the special privileges, do they not? When they had the special privileges, they were all for it, but all of a sudden there's a new tier, and they're like, excuse me, we should all be treated equally.
Second class Pinnacle, I rubbed a lot of Pinnacles up the wrong way. And we've had enough. I hit the moderator alarm. tour.
No, it doesn't affect everyone actually. It just affects Pinnacle members. Literally. I feel like you get a taste of your own medicine, and I get it, right? There's a lot of Pinnacle members that would be lovely people, I'm sure, but they've had negative press, alright? I'm on the side of the segmenters, personally. I don't actually know if that's what they're called, but I'm calling them it.
All Pinnacles deserve the same privilege. If Royal wants to create new levels of loyalty, it should not be at the expense of lower level Pinnacles.
Oh god, I mean, they're going through a lot, bless them. They've been treated like royalty for so long, they can't go back to the normal way of living. I mean, look, I am making jokes about it because it is funny, let's be honest, but I somewhat get it, right? They paid a stupid amount of money to get these privileges and whatnot. Turns out other people are now going to get better privileges even though they spent a stupid amount of money. I get it. But it is also very funny. You know a lot of egos were hurt during this.
All Pinnacles should be treated equally.
All Pinnacles should be treated equally. I mean, come on, do you not realise how stupid this sounds? You made it sound as if this is like a fight against injustice. I mean, it's not really that deep, is it?
The post made me really laugh because I was like, interesting. It says, I think he's just afraid that people are going to see him as second class, which means that he's poor. So that's why he's fuming. How dare people think I'm poor? I'm not poor.
I mean, it does kind of come across like that, doesn't it? Although, you can kind of understand it, but it is very funny. So here's the thing, right? This is a recording of personal favourite character on the series is actually commented on this video, basically confirming it. The problem is that we all don't fit in the suite/concierge lounge, so they are limiting the access to the top 30 Pinnacles on board when the numbers are really high. On the World Cruise, the top Ps aren't allowed and they're not happy when they come on board and find out. Only the 41 Pinnacles that book the FWC have full access. I'm assuming that's a full World Cruise, right? So, I mean, it does somewhat make sense, right? The lounges were too full, there was too many Pinnacle members, so they've separated it and they've done it by the whole hierarchy system again, which is kind of what was in place before. It was just benefiting all the Pinnacles before. So at the time, you obviously didn't see it as a problem, but now all of a sudden that they're not allowed in certain lounges, even though other passengers have had that problem since the start, they now see it as a problem. I mean, it's funny. Now, speaking of a detail, would you actually have a video here giving a bunch of updates on the cruise so far?
This is the end of the first segment, so lots of people are leaving when we get to LA, and not as many people are boarding for segment 2. So we are going to have about 200 less passengers making the crossing from LA to Hawaii.
Alright, so this is the end of the first segment. Obviously, you could book the full World Cruise for the full 9 months. Then you could book segments, and then later on they changed it so you could book like a few days at a time, which pissed a lot of people off. But a lot of people are getting off, and not as many people are getting on, meaning there's going to be 200 less. If this is going to be a bit of a trend throughout, we're just going to get less and less people on board. I mean, there has been like a lot of negative opinions about the ship, which might put people off, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, people might start dropping like flies and just getting off halfway through.
Pretty empty ship, probably 1,300 people, and the capacity of the ship is about 2,300. So it's going to be pretty empty.
I mean, I wonder if they're going to make profit on this. I don't know how much it would cost to run a ship for 9 months, but I imagine that fucking lot. But they have about 1,200 passengers on board, when the ship can have, what, 2,300 or something like that? Basically, there's 1,000 people that could have been on board and aren't. Does that mean it's still going to be profitable? Obviously, I don't know. I don't know all the costs of stuff like this. But, I mean, it does seem like it has kind of failed, doesn't it?
And the next segment, we will need visas, at least American citizens will need visas for Australia, New Zealand, and
What happens to
Indonesia.
you happens
They
to
are
you.
very easy to
Not
get.
good for you.
They are all done online, and they don't cost very much, $20-30.
Ah, right, so this bit's interesting, right, because she's mentioning the visas here, and I've seen some videos talk about these visas where certain passengers just aren't getting them done.
Passengers will be getting kicked off the ship on the 11th of February, so a few of the guests have just received a notice through their door directly from Royal Caribbean.
Get ready. Moving up.
Our records show you are holding a passport that requires a valid visa in New Zealand. It says, to expedite our clearance procedure, please forward your valid visa. You need to provide this no later than Friday, the 2nd of February 2024, which is tomorrow. And then it says, immigration in New Zealand does not allow any guests to remain.
I mean, the thing is, right, this is completely
You what?
understandable. You need your visa. So if you can be on board on this cruise,
You need guns?
that you would have this sorted. Apparently a lot of people don't. I mean, Adita, again,
We're getting a dub?
She loves it, by the way. She watches all the videos on this, it looks like. But she's commented saying they've been telling us this for months. They've had meetings with each independent guest. So if they don't have a
Are you a hacker?
fault. I mean, if that's true, then she's right. I mean, even if it's true,
Did you DDoS?
pretty obvious, right?
Did you
But yeah,
DDoS
yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah,
toothbrush
you've got
today?
your visas done. Like,
Can we do
what
that?
have you been doing? You've been sat on a ship
Yeah.
for days on end
Teach
when
me
you haven't
the
actually
way,
reached
brother.
destination for days. You could have got it done there.
Go look
Now, going
online.
back to
You'll
the
have to
video,
figure it
she
out
wanted to
for
say that
yourself.
they
I don't
haven't heard
teach
anything
people
back
anything
about the Suez
anymore. I'm
Canal,
over
because a lot of
18.
ships have had to go around Africa because it's not safe to
gotcha.
go through, but they haven't heard anything about it yet, which seems very strange.
The way to do it is to create a culture of young individuals that will do your bidding for you, because they'll serve a lot less time in jail than the someone like me will.
have already rerouted.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of them are going to go
Yeah.
around
We don't want
Africa.
that.
So
I'm too old for
I don't know
jail.
what Royal Caribbean is waiting
Too
for.
old for jail.
I know we are not
If I go to
going
jail,
there.
God
I
knows I'll
know.
be getting into some
It's
sort of
just
fight that will
dangerous.
end in me
So,
murdering someone, and
hopefully
then
in
I'll
the
get a
next,
life
week or
sentence.
two, they will make an official announcement and let us know exactly what they're gonna do.
I mean, it's pretty confusing why they wouldn't have announced it yet, because it seems pretty obvious that they're not going to be able to go through it because it's not safe, right? So you would think that they would just announce at this point, but it seems like, from what I've heard, I mean, this just might be the way the cruises
Hey,
happen,
man, as long
right?
as you defend
I've
your
never been on
honor,
one
right?
before. But they seem very unorganized. There's a lot of rumors going around that they've made this 9-month cruise to
I'm
fund
defending
a
my
different ship
asshole,
that they're
'cause
trying
God
to make
knows
at the minute,
some
and that
fucking
this 9-month cruise was kind of just put together far too quickly to
jailbird
make
is
money
gonna
for that.
try to
I'm not sure how true that is. I saw a lot of
make me their
backlash
girlfriend, and
against
that
it
ain't
going on, but I
happening
mean,
in
a
my
business
world
is
ever.
doing
Hey,
something
man.
to fund and a part
I
of
do, just
business
might need
doesn't
some
seem that
love,
weird,
man. I
but
don't know.
obviously
Then
if
you
they
can
are
do
doing
it.
it
I'm
and
not.
not organising
Nah, I'm
this
chilling,
shit
bro.
properly. It seems a bit fucked up.
Suddenly
It
the
really seems like
script
they're making
flipped.
up some stuff as they go along, but maybe that's normal for cruises. What do I
I'm
know?
leaving that
Now,
all
as
you,
tradition
bro.
goes in the series, we have to talk about a destination being
It's too late,
cancelled,
you
and this
already
time
were
it was Machu
volunteered
Picchu.
first.
I mean, this isn't shocking at this point, right? Because a lot of destinations have
Unless you
been
can
cancelled.
scrap
A
your
lot
way
of
out
things
of
are
it. If you
false
can't
off
scrap
the
your
world
way out of it,
themselves, but you can
last
imagine how
one
frustrating it is
who's
for
on the
people genuinely
ground.
just seeing things getting cancelled left, right, and centre.
Do whatever you can to bring you Machu Picchu.
knock you out and leave your corpse for them to fuck. While I go steal your Snickers bar in your celly. Grab that pooch from under your bed. Maybe take a shit in your toilet.
Look, I mean, like I said before, right? A lot of these cancellations aren't due to the fault of the Ultimate World Cruise. If there's nothing they can do, there's nothing they can do. But again, it must just be frustrating hearing this time and time again. They're spending a lot of
Find
days at
your
sea.
girlfriend's
When if you
number
actually read the route of
give
what
her a
was supposed to be
call.
happening, they were only supposed to be spending like 1-2 days at a time at sea. But at the minute, it seems like they're at sea for like a week at a time, and they reach a destination every now and then. And again, like this right here, it's not always their fault, but must be frustrating, especially when you add the fact that some of these days at seas are incredibly rough. I mean, they've had many rough days, right? Going through the Drake Passage, for example. Well, they just recently went
I
through
need better
another
gun.
rough night, and I mean, here's a video talking about it.
Better now, better
I mean,
now.
this is the type of stuff that's putting me off going on the cruise, right? If it wasn't for content, I
I'm
would
not
never go
promised,
on
I'm
it in
not
a million years,
better
but I do
now,
kind of want to
better
go on
now.
to make content. But this type of stuff, I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, they went on to say that the winds actually reached above hurricane force.
Hadouken!
I mean, the audio's not great, right? But as you see here, the highest winds that we had through the night were just above.
You know, I'm so better now, better now.
Now, they are currently on the platform, and if I probably briefly got to Europe unless you guys really want to see it. Then maybe I would take a flight to the other side of the world and get on for a few days. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I don't know if it would be different if it was in Europe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe I'm talking shit. Fucking hell, this topic is getting to me, isn't it? So yeah, maybe I'm talking shit and it would just be as bad here. I have no idea. But either way, to end this video, I thought we could actually take a look at a Mark Sebastian video, because it's been a while since I spoke about him on this series. Obviously, he's not on the cruise anymore, but he has actually released like a full review of his experience. Now, he has said some positive things
Are
from his
you
reviews.
okay?
I mean, he says that some of the pictures that he took were nice, which I guess is a positive, but there has been a lot of negatives. And he
Are
actually
you
went
on
to explain the
Twitch?
costs
Can I
for
say
a
hi to
solo
your
traveler,
chat?
where you would think, surely it should be a bit cheaper for a solo traveler.
Can you
but I
give
guess
me
that's
an emote?
wrong.
You know, if you're a solo traveler, you have to
The
pay for
wiggle
2
emote?
people's day packages. And if you were a world cruiser, you had to pay for 2 people's business class flight. And if you were a world cruiser,
Who's
you
your
had to pay for
favorite
2 people's
streamer?
excursions to the natural world wonders. But if
Who
you
is
were not
my
diamond
favorite
level, I believe,
streamer?
or maybe it was like gold level or
Hold
above,
on, man.
you don't even get to
I
go
fuck
to natural
with,
wonders for free. It's
Queso.
not included in the price. You paid for it.
Who's
but you have to get
Queso?
a certain level of status
You gotta check
that
him
those
out,
would
man.
be
Is this some
I
sort
mean,
of
that
Gen
sounds
Z
incredibly baffling. This
alpha
again might be something
bullshit?
that's very normal on the cruises, but
Oh, yeah.
it shouldn't be, in my opinion.
You like
If you're
it,
a solo
you like it,
traveler,
I
you have
promise.
to pay for 2 people's food packages.
He's what?
That sounds
I
daft.
said you like it, I
Surely
promise.
each person should just
His
pay
name
for
is
their
Queso?
food package. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
understand.
Queso.
And again, this might be
What
normal
does he
cruises. There might
do?
be a comment on this video right now saying, "Oh, this happens on every cruise."
Literally
But it
everything.
shouldn't. Let's be
What
honest,
other
right?
streamers
For
do you
solo
like? Let
travelers,
me even
you should
find out
pay
if
for
this is
yourself.
even
That's
down
how it
my
should be.
alley.
I guess it's maybe because they work out their finances per like
Jinxie,
room,
what are you,
maybe,
12?
right? And they're
What in
expecting
the
like 2
fuck?
people in
Oh,
each
listen,
room,
that shit's
meaning they would pay for
You
2
watch
people.
Kai Cenat too, and fucking I Show Speed and Myth and fucking.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Holy
If
hell.
there's one person in the room, they would be paying less for the food packages.
Do you
so
think
maybe
that,
I'll pay
Ms.
for
Kip or
It's
Mitch
still
Jones
easy,
won the
right?
fight?
But to end this video on a lighter note, Mark goes on to say that he was told by a member on the cruise that
What?
a stack
What
pack-
world do you live in? You're in the streaming world?
I don't know what's going on in this ship. I've never spoken about so much swinger drama in my life. But I've never spoken
Do you
about
know what
swinger drama in my life.
Justin.tv is?
Mr. Sebastian, Ariana was so much about
No
you.
fucking way. But you have TTV in your name, man. Learn your history.
They have these, some sort of get ready and
Yeah, the history of Twitch. You don't know the history of Twitch? Started as Justin.tv.
you know, LGBT, whatever they call it, these exclusive, amazing.
I think you need an education
But if also
about the platform you're streaming on.
I mean, yeah, the stuff could say he's probably bored, right?
Justin.tv was bought out by Amazon.
Some stuff. I'm not
You don't remember these things?
And the video, either way, hope you did enjoy. I'm gonna leave it there. If you did, please do a like on it. I've already mentioned that. If we can get like a shoot amount of likes, I may go on.
What part of the
Subscribe if
government?
you're new as well, that'd be great. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit.
military
Alright,
sector of it.
goodbye.
Well, you're welcome
how
for
it's
my
gonna go.
tax
Alright,
dollars.
Gonna wing it.
Yeah.
Valve just opened the
It gets me
freaking
very far in life,
floodgates
I
and
appreciate it.
waterboarded us with content from this
I probably
month's
paid
Game
more in
Next.
taxes
For the
than
next
you
few
would
days, we'll have
get
access to
making a
hundreds of
year.
completely free playable demos of upcoming
Yeah, I
indie
mean,
games.
considering
And
most
so many
military
choices,
members
it can be
barely
hard to
make
know what
over
you should play,
30,000 a
which is
year,
why
yeah.
we've gathered
Probably
5
correct.
Facts!
best games you need to play. Started off with Indica, which is a very
And if you're under 35, you can go die for our country. You can't even fucking run for president. How about that? Half these motherfuckers can't even drink a beer.
Man with severe arm bite that
But you
costs
can go
$5,
die.
who's
Cool.
apparently a prisoner
Sounds like a
of some
great
kind,
deal.
but also
Sign
really
everyone
sharp.
up for
You
that.
take him with you on this cool old-timey gas-powered bike.
What part of the,
He
what branch of the
rides through snow
military
and
are
set
you
off on a
in?
journey of
I'm
self-discovery,
in the army.
while for some reason also being accompanied by the devil. Indica immediately hits you with some surprisingly good voice acting.
We're into the last deployment.
Seemingly being a bit of paranormal
my
mystery
last
crossed with
deployment,
a
I
thriller
went to
as you
Korea.
figure out where you need to go.
Oh, that ain't
and why
bad. I
the
love
devil is
Korean
following.
chicks.
The movement controls,
Korean-
animation, and tone
Korea.
feels really similar to something along the lines of Plague Tale series.
alright.
And throughout the demo,
Korean
the game
chicks are
maintains this
fucking
creepy
fine,
and
bro.
while also catching you off guard with this weird modern
Yeah, I ain't going down there.
style sound effects. You saw the visuals based around that feel super refreshing in a setting
Right
like
when I
this.
came
These
down
things
there,
don't really
it's
seem like they go together on paper.
They're in the
but it
door
just
over there.
works really well.
Yeah,
The
there's
gameplay
two
seems to be
different games.
mostly
One inside the
world-centric
cave.
puzzles
you-
revolving around getting from one place
Do
to
you
another.
carry a
But with
weapon
heavy
regularly?
religious undertones, which seem really
No,
unique
not
to a
really.
game like
Nobody
this.
knows
There's
how
also
to
a
carry
sequence
weapon
you can play in the
regularly.
demo that has a
Yeah, they
prayer
do.
mechanic where you pray and it kind of moves the
I
room
know
around
some
across the
Rangers and
3D
SEALs,
hell
bro.
reality, so you can navigate from one side of the room to the other. We think that's really cool.
I know
The
people that
atmosphere
don't.
and
I know
tone
ex-military
juxtaposed
people
by
that
music,
don't
sound,
leave the
and game's
fucking
menus kind of
house
contradict
without a
the game's
weapon on them.
otherwise serious nature. It's like having two flavors that you wouldn't really think would taste good together. But when you discover salted watermelon, it's game over. Indica is planned to release on April 23rd, 2024.
At number 2, we have Tales of Kanzara Zao. which
So
is
you
a
don't carry a
story-driven
weapon?
2.5D Metroidvania with visuals so pretty they'll make your PC hiccup.
Well, I realize that. Like, a
Decent
bunch of
voice
chair
acting
jockeys
and a
don't, but
story
like...
rooted in Congo religious themes. You platform your way through sprawling levels while also fighting off monsters using your Sun and Moon map.
What sort
and
of
your
weapon do
ability
you
to
carry?
dynamically switch between during
An
fights. We think it's
M16?
awesome because we can't think of another game that covers Bantu spirituality from
Do
West
you
Africa like
do
this
you
does.
kit it out? There's
It
gonna be
does that
someone
while
coming
looking
behind us,
awesome,
I think.
having gameplay
If they can
that's
get out of
super
that,
snappy.
they're gonna be
That
coming
being
out of
said,
the
it
dorm
did
over
stutter
here.
a bit for us,
You
but
hear all
we
that
forget
fighting?
that since it didn't
That's like
exactly
behind this
break
wall.
anything, and this is only a demo we're dealing with. The story
I'm
has
gonna go
the
see if,
potential
if they're
introduce
trying to
players
get out.
to
'Cause
the
if they are, I
mythology
want to hit them all
largely
the way to the
unknown
dorm.
to the rest of the world, dominated by
They might
Western
not be.
tales and myths. There are countless games about Greek and Norse mythology, so why can't we also enjoy African ones? That's a really novel mechanic, like a book about speaking cards. He put it in there, and a really cool style that makes it stand out.
I broke one shield.
Also, Abu Bakr Salim, who is the voice of Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins, apparently based the game on his own experience as he grieved the death of his father, which is super interesting. And what's also interesting are the gameplay elements that the maps add to combat. It almost feels like you're switching your
That's
weapons
probably the only
around
one.
with
Oh, you're there with me?
I will say at first the maps feel a little bit too similar, but they really branch out as you upgrade them with your skill points while progressing. Also, if you're a fan of challenging combat in games like this, then you're in luck, because the fighting is actually pretty difficult, which we see as a huge plus.
Good work.
The sound design is also great. The music score sounds like it will be a mix of various genres from the Black Diaspora. It kind of reminds me of the Black Panther themes, like themes that were in that movie.
I'm gonna try to get this off before I get my... Then we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. 8 seconds.
Yes, which is unfortunate, but there is a plus. They don't have the Killmonger haircut. Thank you. I was looking for it. Tales of Kanzara Zao has been planned to release April 23rd, 2024.
Moving on to Hellscape, which is what would happen.
We gotta go, and thankfully I got an evac tower if we need to use it.
It captures that old school skateboarding PS2 gameplay with the aesthetics of something more like Hi-Fi Rush. Almost like if Neversoft made a self-shaded Tony Hawk's Underground with swords and themes.
I want another Tony Hawk Underground so bad. Please, activate.
You want to go through that tunnel? Because I don't.
Now you can do all the normal flips.
So I think we might have to.
With in your favorite skateboard.
Yeah.
Cultured.
All right, then let's go over here. Let's tower out.
There's even more advanced tricks that can be unlocked as you go along.
Just go around. I'm gonna go around the building that way, around the wall if I can.
Horseback, but you're on a skateboard. This game feels rad as hell and makes perfect sense. Using cool weapons to swing around while riding on a cool skateboard and beating up monsters while playing as a demon dude is pretty
Yeah, I'm gonna die
bro.
too.
Things like gear and decks offer bonuses and additional abilities that make doing tricks
Scrappy DP says, GG.
run, but it helps you master the controls too. The roguelike
Good luck
structure
with
of
your
the
life,
game gives
sir.
you infinite replayability, and even just the demo here feels like it could be the full game. Tricks are satisfying and you feel like a badass chaining your grinds and manuals together to increase your damage output. It actually feels complete in features already and just needs a teensy bit more spit shining to pull it over the top. Which is why I'm super excited that Hellscape is set to release February 15th, 2024.
Next, we have Pacific Drive, a mysterious sci-fi thriller where you drive a retrofitted crappy camper through a wooded post-apocalyptic wasteland.
It's not a camper, it's a station wagon.
It's a station wagon?
Yeah.
Are station wagons not campers? It's set in a fictional version of the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State during some time in the 1980s. We like this game because of the psychological and supernatural horrors you encounter.
How come I can't see the last person I was just with?
You have to constantly gather supplies and materials to take care of yourself and your car, which in turn allows you to go on deeper,
Can't get a
more
follow
dangerous
now,
routes.
buddy. Sorry.
It's kind of like me in real life.
Actions in the game are deliberate.
I don't worry about
Hello,
that.
guys and gals. Me,
Oh, tell me about a nude.
Hacking people around the world. Oh, wild if true. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is brought to you by my family. My family who likes to message me and go, "Hey, is this true?" Now, I was sent this today by the Economic Times, India Times. Oh, Bharati News. Ladies and gentlemen, beware. Hackers use electric toothbrushes in massive cyber attack. Results in huge financial losses. There wasn't the only people. Independent.co.uk came out. Millions of hacked toothbrushes used in Swiss cyber attack, report says. Army of infected devices reportedly caused millions of euros in damages. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a wild hack if true. That's a crazy headline. And you know, unfortunately, it's a headline. That it is what it is. Is it true? Probably not. Now, it wasn't even just this one publication. There were other ones like this one, which was written by a senior contributing editor. 3 million smart toothbrushes were just used in a DDoS attack. What's next? Malware-infected dental floss? You run a fucking tech website. How are you goddamn this stupid? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the situation, okay? So basically the gist is there appear to be smart toothbrushes, okay? Now, I didn't even know there were smart toothbrushes until today. Now, like a lot of modern technologies, you probably come across something smart, right? Like a smartwatch, like a smart doorbell, it's something that is internet connected, an IoT device, Internet of Things. Basically, small devices can be used.
We're trying to get over that.
You know those things that you buy that are.
We're gonna end up landing on it and running past.
Through your cell phone, or like a service, like a Nest product.
Oh my god.
That is an IoT device. That is a smart product that is basically a small little piece of, technical wonders that is connecting to the internet and then.
Oh my gosh,
to your
what?
device.
You're okay.
In this case, I looked up.
What do you want me to do?
And while I found different types of electric toothbrushes, the only smart one that I could find was the Colgate Hum. Now, I looked into the Colgate Hum, and this is what the smart toothbrush looks like. And one of the things that I wanted to confirm was, does this connect to the internet? For this story to be true, this toothbrush should be able to ping Google.com. Can it? Well, I looked into the situation, and apparently it connects to your toothbrush. And it connects via Bluetooth. So yeah, why does this device exist? Well, it exists if you're too stupid to goddamn brush properly. It'll tell you exactly how to brush your teeth and how long you need to brush your teeth for, okay? This is basic stuff. Didn't know we need an app for it. So the Colgate product, alright, before you begin your device, Bluetooth is on. Your device is connected to Wi-Fi or a cellular network. And your Hum toothbrush is paired. So yeah, it's a Bluetooth-powered device, and Bluetooth, as you know, does not connect to the internet. Yes, you can tether your internet through Bluetooth, but typically Bluetooth as a service is not designed, or Bluetooth as a connection protocol is not designed for TCP/IP connection, which is what you use to connect to the internet. It's how your computer connects to the internet, your laptop, your phone, so on and so forth. These brushes do not have the network stack required to run and participate in a botnet. But see, this required 5 minutes of research. Why big publications also couldn't before spreading misinformation? A little bit beyond me, okay? This is just like basic shit. So, while this was initially reported in the Allgäuer Zeitung, alright, I hope I pronounced this one right, I'm not too good at my German, okay? I'm sure I offended a few people watching already. But this was basically talked about, and this was brought up in a report. A report that I could not actually find, and a report that did not list some of the most required components for a cybersecurity warning. Things like IOCs, malware hashes, even IP addresses from the attackers, which everyone knows by the time a report comes out wasn't present. I was wondering, why is it that the media is taking this so fucking seriously? What's going on? So there were some good posts, some good news articles from Bleeping Computer, for instance, that said a Swiss news site published a story stating that an employee of cybersecurity firm Fortinet said 3 million electric toothbrushes have been infected with Java malware to conduct DDoS attacks against a Swiss company. So they never mentioned any specific victim, they just said millions of euros of damages. And that's all it pretty much came down to. So 3 million brushes were basically all infected and used as part of a botnet to DDoS something. Now, if these toothbrushes could connect via the internet, this story could actually be true. And I'll get to that in a second when I explain an actual botnet where these type of devices were used to attack serious large-scale websites. Even the brand of toothbrushes that were effectively infected weren't even disclosed. Which, again, there was no actual information, but a lot of these websites went with a headline thinking that maybe this sounds scary enough, and it does. There are people that to this day buy electric toothbrushes. Some of them think that they could even connect to the internet, even though they're not technically smart toothbrushes. And they're wondering, are they participant in a multi-million-dollar attack against a company? In reality, no, you're not. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what could happen? How could something like this actually occur? So, ladies and gentlemen, way back in the day, not way back, a couple of years ago, I think at this point, I did make a video and I did talk about the Mirai botnet. And for those of you who don't know what the Mirai botnet is, there's a great write-up by the guys over at Cloudflare, the guys and gals, and they actually talk about a smart, how this is a malware that infects smart devices that run on ARC processors. So the way that this works is a lot of those IoT devices come with an operating system built right in. So that operating system could be anything, but just for simplicity's sake, let's talk about, I guess, the Apple AirPods, right? So Apple AirPods, you buy these little pill boxes with actual, like, headphones in, right? Now these headphones, each of these, left and right, from what I understand, even the case itself,
3x what?
has an embedded system built into it, an embedded protocol, an embedded computer. It doesn't have
2 times scope. I don't have one.
Massive, but there are going to be firmwares and operating systems installed. They're not going to be at the level of complexity and bloat that something like a desktop or server would. It literally exists to assist the device in connecting to an actual phone, in this case. From what I understand, none of these devices are Internet Protocol connected. They literally operate via Bluetooth. So their operating system, for lack of a better term, is probably going to connect specifically to Bluetooth devices, and manage things like noise cancellation or basic features that Apple has embedded into this specific device. Now, when it comes to devices that have internet connectivity, something like, say, a smartwatch, then yes, it would have an embedded system, an operating system built in. It doesn't have to be anything confusing or massive. But that watch, if it can connect to the internet and its operating system...
Bro, is that you? Holy fuck, warn me before you start shooting.
Then yes, an attacker can leverage that vulnerability.
I'm assuming someone's
device
buying
and use the embedded operating system within it to cause havoc around the internet. Remember, a DDoS attack isn't anything fancy in a lot of cases. It's not even as simple as pinging a website. Sometimes it can be sending post requests, proactive requests, and all of it is done via operating systems, like Linux in this example with Mirai. So what happened was a botnet was created when embedded Linux systems that didn't have their username and password, their management username and passwords different. So what this botnet would do was take advantage of telnet services, take advantage of connection services, patch in, take control of some of these devices, and it would grab millions of them to the point where they would start attacking level 3 providers. So around 21st October 2016, a major DDoS attack in DNS services of a specific provider, DIN, had occurred using that specific malware. And on a large number of those IoT devices, so devices like the resort, devices that are just embedded little internet-connected devices that are sitting around your house.
He's hurt, man. The one that's in here. There's a buddy here. His buddy's here now.
And if they're using these,
there's 2 here. He's healing up behind that. There's 2 in there.
Their basic security watchdog. And again, some of these could be really cheap devices that you buy off Wish, Temu, Amazon, whatever. And what happens is, because they were able to leverage those default usernames and passwords, the attack had resulted in the inaccessibility of several high-profile websites. Sites like GitHub, Twitter, Reddit, Netflix, Airbnb. And all of this because a DDoS attack occurred from these, attack devices, these hijacked devices that nobody was really expecting. And there's more write-ups on this too. And again, you can look very much clearly, again, on what the actual code looked like, how these devices were attacked from actual groups like the Malware Must Die organization. Now, for the toothbrushes in this situation, I can confirm that no toothbrush, none of this stuff actually even happened. The reason why I talked about Mirai was to explain to you that, yes, this is a situation that while this specific story didn't happen, it's not as if it couldn't. If there was any company out there that was producing toothbrushes that for some godforsaken reason needed to connect to the internet, I mean, there are laundry machines that connect to the internet. There are a lot of products that connect to the internet. Let's say that somebody created a toothbrush that connects to the internet, whether it be for, I don't know, system updates in the background, you name it, whatever. Then yes, because that device can connect to the internet and it is running an embedded operating system within it that has the ability to send network calls.
Are you talking to me?
Requests, then yes, it can be used as part of the bot.
Are you the same guy I just played with?
Given the scale and size and the amount of products that
you sound like the same guy.
But there is no toothbrush on the
Let's do better this
that I know
time.
of that connects to the internet. And if you do buy a product that connects to the internet, make sure it makes sense. Why does a toothbrush even need to connect to the internet?
You left me right as I was in the middle of
I
texting someone,
understand.
and I looked
Some
up
people
and I
need
thought
guided instructions on
footsteps
how to
were
brush
you,
their
but it
teeth.
was a
Yeah,
different
I've
team
seen
walking
some
through the
gamers
door,
on
looking
the
at, oh
internet.
shit.
Now,
Those
because of
motherfuckers
how
might be getting
popular
us.
this story had gotten in such a short amount of time,
May have to
there were
jump off to the
scumbag
left a
threat
little bit
actors who were
here.
basically telling people, yeah, this is real. For instance, this one user from, again, you can imagine another Telegram group right here, Dosia Project volunteers
get up
who
here
infected
and fuck
thousands
it.
of
We
smart
got this
toothbrushes
now.
with our software, trying to scam around 900 viewers who saw this into buying their scummy software. But again, none of it is actually proven. So again, this video exists primarily for me to help dispel this information, get rid of the fear-mongering, and explain to you, well, yes, this could potentially happen if these devices were connected to the internet. But without any credible reports, without any actual proven toothbrushes that exist that can ping Google, none of this is actually real information, okay? And you don't have to worry about it. This toothbrush is not attacking anybody around you. So don't worry about throwing out your smart toothbrush. In fact, tell me in the comment section why you even need a smart toothbrush. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and yeah, wild story, but not really a story right there. Hopefully you learned something from today's video. Hopefully this opened your eyes up to what could happen with computers. But ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it, dislike it. This is me, Mutahar, and tomorrow we are looking at how degenerate and stupid the Genshin community really is.
Alright, so moving on to the Aiden Ross game, or you know what would be even more fun? I like the Bevo drama, I'm not gonna lie. Bevo cheated on his girlfriend, you guys, and this is a character that I've been a fan of. He became famous for not chewing his food. Really? And he's become a kind of a cultural phenomenon, like...
Where are we going now?
Yeah. He looks like he's about to die every time he swallows food. It's quite interesting.
You're going up there? I don't even
I don't know
have...
if this is one of the good ones, but here he is.
Is there people there?
And one of the things I actually liked about Bevo is that he seemed like a family man. Like he had this nice girlfriend. They seemed
I only have a
sweet and
peacekeeper and a
good relationship.
P2020. This is
And
not
now
good.
I feel like I had the rug pulled.
Can I just say immediately, I know this guy's cheating on his girlfriend.
Really?
Immediately. We see.
I didn't get that vibe. He seems wholesome. His teeth are white as fuck.
Yeah, this is something.
Turn the contrast down on those teeth, bro.
It's a nice keep thing. That is nice.
So, here we are eating spaghetti. And this video, for the record,
Also, who eats it?
On you?
With
500,000 likes. So.
Oh.
who eats it with spoon? Because I know some people do, and I asked him, and he.
So this is the. Let me show you one of his.
The teeth really are concerning.
Let me show you one of his famous eating videos, just to give context to those who are not up to date on the Bevo.
Yeah.
Bevo world.
Guys, this is
the apology. I'll get to that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Bevo's out here apologizing.
Oh man.
Where's the potato one?
We will
This
love
one?
apology.
And this one's pretty funny too.
I listen dinner, Ed Matthews Beaver, I'm treating him to a chip shop Saturday, Savoy chips, you know the rules, big up. Yeah,
This guy's like a famous fighter from England. He's a fan of Bevo. They just met up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a hot dog.
What we trying this, yeah?
England? Bro, we love the English, but what kind of fucking plate of food is that? Like, only the English would serve a fucking plain, dry-ass looking hot dog. Like, that is not a meal, my friend. Are you a child? Are you eating? Are you all 5 years old?
Got ourselves a right supper.
We got ourselves here a spicy dog, mate. They always stuff some silly shit. A dog and a blunder.
Don't get a flappy.
A flappy doggy, mate. Anyway, here he goes. Looks. You know what we should call those? King Charles fingers.
I'm looking for better weapons.
So watch him chew. Down. And then he like chugs.
I got shit.
You know the rules.
Big up the ketchup.
All over you. Teaching him well.
I would not let another person catch up my food, for the record. Look at these sausages.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm surprised he's still alive this long. I know his ring is about to fucking explode.
Wait, those are his real fingers?
Yeah, he has a medical condition.
I see.
What is it? Elephantitis?
Royalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Generations
Well
of
said.
inbreeding. Yeah. Wow. Big ups, hot dog.
Big up to the queen. Anyway, this is Bevo. He really is a legend.
I'm still chewing. He's still chewing. He's stacking.
I'm gonna flappy dog in a stroller, mate. Down the hat.
My headphones went off.
I've never.
Did he swallow?
Yeah. I've never seen him do a video where the person is openly laughing at him. So this is a different type of.
We got the one punch back.
Ooh, the storm's coming.
What do you make the Subway of?
What the fuck are they eating? What the hell is coming out of this plastic bag?
Mozzarella sticks?
No, don't serve that in a plastic bag.
It can't be.
It looks like it. I think
It's a crunchy buffer, yeah.
Good.
Big country crunchy buffer. Ew. Oh.
Let's see. Oh, he's doing a lot. Have you ever choked on your food and you're like, ooh? Every time.
Ooh, let me get a drop right here.
His whole his whole look is iconic too. From the the super white veneers, the badass part. Look at that. That one was like no chewing.
You chip man, you go a lot. I'm not. I know you're a healthy dog.
I smoke weed, man. How about you?
I'm just gonna find a way to not been eating.
Oh, no.
You smoking the weed?
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you.
Why not?
He's
It's
a
good
talent.
shit.
And I'm pretty sure this is just.
I was trying to get up to figure out where we're going next. Look down on some people. I think we come here. Nobody looted this yet.
That tastes great. I was like, I didn't know.
I'm gonna assume no one's out this way.
Okay, but anyway, that's Bevo, just to bring you up to date.
Piece of human being.
So here I showed you a video of them happily eating together as a couple.
Yeah.
Here, however, in Trouble in Paradise, in the beginning of January, there's actually a video of them fighting. Now I have not seen this, but let's see. Do they fight fair? Is one of them getting dirtier than the other? Let's take a look.
Him and his wife.
Girlfriend. Okay, she did not just speak the same language as me. What the fuck did she just say? Let me go back.
I'm gonna go up. I don't want to have this low
You guys
ground. I
think
hate
I
low
learned this
ground.
crazy accent. Okay? Bro,
I didn't leak her number. I went live when it happened. Are you pro? Are you actually okay?
Okay.
Is that it?
Pretty much what I got.
Okay.
I think she was like, I didn't leak your number.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can interpret for you.
Absolutely. Get lost! You say right, I'm looking inside. I'm done. Oh, wait. No, you don't. You have no respect for me. You don't have no respect. People that have respect don't do the things you've done. People that have respect don't do the things you've done. If you know what you've done, I will bring up.
Uh-oh, they paused. Probably a good idea.
Man.
But there's
When
more.
you want to
The
argue,
back.
I've done something. Kids freedom and gambling. It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet. Right, I'm done. Are you going downstairs?
Wait, what was that? What?
I'm out.
Oh.
The English are so funny. Like, in America, I feel like there's a perception of the English as like cultured, sophisticated,
Right.
aristocratic.
Yes.
But the majority of people in UK are doing chip. I had a chip and a lolly. Fucking doing. This is them. This is the English. You
Are
know?
you going in there?
This is them getting drunk and getting in fights every fucking.
Guess I'll come to you.
Oh, man.
This
We're
is the
gonna be
English,
trapped
man.
inside if you
So
stay there.
remember this the next time you hear an English or European person laughing at and shitting on Americans.
Yep.
I was like, really? Have you seen Bevo and his girlfriend fight? Have you been to a pub on a Thursday evening? No, you haven't. We love the English, though. We love them. We love them.
Where do they live? I want to guess Manchester.
That sounds good.
That's what I want to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester. I'm no expert. I think that this is just like a working class London accent. Oh yeah, I think so.
Can they afford to live in?
British people will probably yell at me for being totally wrong about that. I wonder.
London, from what I
Every
hear,
neighborhood in the UK has its own accent. So.
Yeah, it's probably
That's true.
I feel Jimmy Long.
I feel like it's a London.
Boy, you have a cheeky willy on beans, mate. You have the queen's fanny on beans, mate.
Dude, it's like this to move his head through the air so that the food moves.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was weird.
Real.
It's a fast.
It's the acceleration force.
Yeah.
Good.
Back there.
Are you moving now?
Put me on K.
Yeah, I'm looking for Nemesis.
I'll put me on K.
Turbocharger.
You're looking for a nemesis now?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna go inside. I need to go wipe my eyes down. I'm fucking hurting
The
right
caption
now.
on the TikTok says she's mad that he coughed on her food by accident. That's the closest
My
we eat
kids
after.
do that to me every day. If you're together, you can cough on someone's food.
For sure.
Yeah. That's the fight is over?
What is it?
Oh yeah. Sydney and Bevo arguing because Bevo coughed on her food by accident. That's a new one.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Hey!
We're coughing on food.
Dude, my kids cough in my mouth. It's so gnarly. Oh. If they're sick, I am sick. There's no question. There's no doubt.
Yo, get back.
Bro, you better chill in the cough.
Get back what?
I don't want to hear you cough ever again.
The door's not closing, yeah.
So this is good stuff. So this
What's
is
going on?
This is Sydney.
About where we were was better.
And like I was on Team Sydney even beforehand, but no.
We can get back up to where we were. Oh, there's people there now. There's people there now.
Sydney, she's way too good for this Beaver character. You know what's funny? He's called
Yep,
Bevo,
that's where we
and
were gonna
also
go. But
he's
yeah,
called
so I'm on the way
Beaver.
out.
He
That's
said
why I
he could
stopped.
build a dam with it.
Stick me.
She said you kissed 3 different girls.
She said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, on camera.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, so here, for context, the video of Symphony, Bevo, and Cheyenne, that's Sydney's friend, who this drama is about. They're all hanging out together the day before.
Oh.
So this is setting the stage for a Shakespearean drama that will rock the world. And when Shakespeare,
Do you wanna push those
when Shakespeare
dudes, or-
thought of the future of English civilization, this is exactly what he
Yes.
was
picturing. Yeah.
I hear gunshots
Bevo
from
the
the
Third. A new Shakespearean play.
We should stay back. We should take that rope back up.
So here they all are together. This is the girl in question.
Oh no.
Here they are.
Tragedy. Right.
Yeah,
Make
they
them think we're all moving.
You know effect. You know what that is? We talked
Stay behind the
about
tires of this
that.
place.
Let
You
sun
good?
Back into space. That's
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm just gonna waste. I guess I only have shield batteries, but
So what? Yeah.
I'm gonna use one. I guess.
Okay, so that's her.
This is his girlfriend.
5
That's
squads
the
left. We know where
mystery
one of
girl.
them's
Her
at.
friend.
You've heard the other ones over there,
That's
out
her
there.
friend. That's how Bevo knows her.
Cheyenne is her
You're
friend.
going. You're venturing
Now,
far, my
Bevo
brother.
was on live stream Saturday night.
Yeah.
He was
Go ahead
getting
if you
a
want to
little
go,
bit
but
touchy
I am gonna wait.
No,
with his girlfriend's
just
friend,
stay here.
Cheyenne.
Really?
Here it is. It's all happening on TikTok Live.
It's on live.
Now let me.
Thieves.
Where's the audio?
Thieves.
I know.
Muted to this.
Oh no, but the dialogue is really important.
Really?
Yeah.
They're on
Well,
top now.
On top of what?
Sure. She's not a hot
Because
girl.
she says somebody.
Or can you unmute it just for that part?
Somebody said your girlfriend's not gonna like it, and he responded. So they're aware.
Oh, really?
See her. She's also.
Yeah, they're getting shot from below.
She wants that Evo clout, bro.
We don't gotta go that far. We should just hang out in here and make everyone's gotta come to us.
I'll clean your dentures tonight, baby.
One's right here.
I saw one here. Sorry.
Do you have any grenades?
I guess listen for maybe here. Oh yeah, here. Go ahead.
Heal.
He said, there. Sydney be fine, guys. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's really bad.
That is ID. That's proof energy.
This is enough from myself there. He's cheating. Game mode.
GG.
That's GG for all BD. No more BD for BD. What she said. But let's see.
So then what happened?
So this is a brief moment caught by a viewer at the end of Bevo's live stream where Sydney finds him flirting. Oh shit! This motherfucker live streams himself cheating with her friend. Look at his face, man.
How?
This is the face of culture and enlightenment.
And refinement. What a
white supremacists. They say that England is the cradle of whiteness, and I see what they mean. Looking at Bevo, I see the superiority of the white race. I see it. Sydney finds Bevo and Shy. Oh God! Wait, how do you know that's what happened? I mean, his face certainly.
And at the end of his live stream.
Look at that face.
So,
bro, he knows.
Explain this video. What is
Another viewer was screen recording, and apparently Sydney, because they were live streaming while he was cheating on her.
Oh, she found him in real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's her.
This is him spotting her and him being like,
at the end of that stream.
Yeah.
This is the same stream.
This is the same stream later. She showed up.
Yeah.
She rolled up.
Oh,
man.
He is wearing a necklace, it's worth mentioning, that says Bevo. Just for the record. Let the record show. This is a face like, oh shit.
Oh, man.
He is in big trouble.
That is.
So here he is getting busted.
You are done, my man. You are done.
Bevo is now begging his ex-girlfriend Sydney for forgiveness on TikTok.
Pack it up, boy.
There's one before that. Oh, okay, perfect. Sydney updates her followers on what went down the previous night. Okay, this is important.
This is the best. It's all
TikTok drama like this is my favorite.
So petty.
Like we have. But it's so good because I was really involved with Bevo even before this happened.
Wow. Yeah.
You were a big Bevo fan.
Yeah, I think you were the first one who sent me one of the videos.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for the respect of saying that.
Big Beaver. Talk about what happened last night with Shandy, because I'm sure you've seen it. I'll add a clip in here if you haven't.
Get ready. I'm coming for you, friend.
Oh, Beav.
Leave it to Bevo. Listen, her friend and her boyfriend, that sucks.
That does suck.
Flat and alive. Right when I'm standing up, obviously.
Enough lying around.
Shouldn't I?
Run off.
Did round it up more times than what they got. But it's just a bit.
Whoosha, whoosha.
Like she knew I was with Bevo.
Duh.
How could she know?
Yayasha is King says, Jesus' real name.
I don't know whether he thought, oh, I forgave him once.
Jesus doesn't have a name.
Not quite sure what his thought process was during this.
I don't think there's a lot going on in his mind there,
Not a touch,
sweetheart.
Not a touch.
If I can say that without
He was a thinker. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
He's busy forcing chunks of food down.
We know that it can't keep running.
That's a strategizing. People laugh, but only a high IQ individual can slam food.
I can't do it either.
Yeah. Takes certain strategy.
It does.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Who are you? What have you sacrificed?
Did you just call her a hoe?
Yeah, big
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, whatever she has to
Jesus
say about her,
Christ.
Get it out.
Who are you? What have you
she's not a
sacrificed?
girl's girl.
That's a big no.
That's a huge no.
That's
Like
a
the biggest no.
Nah.
She's been nice about it, frankly. You know,
Up to that point. Yeah.
You know who's not? Later on, you'll see Cheyenne is not the.
What is your favorite Jesus story?
Diane.
Shame on you.
Diane.
This is
I know.
TikTok's version of Scandal right here.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
I was about to say, I think
Yahusha!
died at the perfect moment so that this is like, we don't need someone hosting.
Preach to me.
Yahusha is King says, he created all things.
Right.
Jesus, Yahusha did?
He said
Did
that,
how
so
could
we
he
could
create it
answer.
if you didn't
And
exist
I've said
yet?
this recently, but now
Didn't
we're
he
just
come
talking
after
about
the
it,
original
too.
God? Yahweh from the Jewish Bible, the Old Testament?
Yahusha is King says, he
He
is God.
is God.
Wishing that.
I thought he was the Son of God.
Happy and a gentle pastor.
Yahusha is King says, it's actually Yahweh.
Okay, Yahweh is supposedly the Son of God. He came, God created Jesus on earth after earth was already created.
Yahusha is King says, God in the flesh.
So then he can't also have been there back in the day when there was no flesh, when he before flesh was created. Because God existed before
Yahusha is King says, it says he is one.
He went out the same way he came in.
he is one, but then why are you telling me that he came afterwards and that he's in the flesh?
I can't believe it.
You're
The fact that
contradicting
like,
yourself
say
with
that
basic
big act,
words.
Like I love you, blah blah blah. Says the most, does the most, but then goes and does this the first opportunity he gets with my someone who actually.
Cute dog.
Yahusha is King says, you need more study.
I think you need more study. I've studied all of the religions
I like it
of the
from the
world.
beginning.
Yeah, they're both just snakes.
And I graduated from a Christian college.
I ride.
Oh shit!
Good. What's your name again?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Sydney XOXO.
What is it?
Yeah, with a C.
Oh, Sydney.
Y.
Oh yeah. You know,
Sydney.
only a real fan would know that. Sydney XOXO.
But that's it.
I don't know what you're doing, but I got chased.
Well, I am very sorry that happened. That was fucked up. And like, first of all, to cheat on your
Yahusha
best
was
friend,
not helping
I
me
don't think
there.
that's him, but a friend, and then to do it on a live.
Just like every time I've asked for him to help me.
So here now is Bevo begging Sydney
He doesn't care
for
about me.
forgiveness on TikTok. Thanks for putting that out for the people.
I've learned that through experience.
Big up, what's happening, guys? This is a
Big ups to the apology. Big ups to Sydney. You know the rules. No cheating. One cheat once.
Yeah, big ups to me. You didn't follow up what happened yesterday. I know a lot of shit came down in FYP.
The FYP? Never heard that.
On the FYP.
I feel like saying FYP is longer than saying for you page. FYP.
FYP. I don't know. FYP sounds pretty cool.
That's the best.
Put you on the NYP, bitches.
FYP.
Dude, that's good.
I got evac tower, but I don't think we need to use it. Do we need to use it? You want to use it?
When I'm live, Cheyenne got a bit.
We ain't gonna get out from here.
Oh, Cheyenne got a bit.
Hold on, Bevo. Really, dude? Let me pull up that video again.
You fucking dog. Bevo, you dog.
But she was very flirty with him. But like, dude, this was a tango. Yep.
Holy fuck, I barely made it out of that.
You initiated that, brother.
Don't touch another girl like that.
Come on.
Now she's pushing it.
She admitted to being flirty as well.
Well, yeah. Okay, at least somebody admitted it. Yeah.
Recharging my shields.
It's just real Bevo.
Bevo, you gotta take some responsibility here, King. If you want Sydney to forgive you, it starts with being honest.
And Sydney, I think he's just taking this out the whole portion, you know.
Bro, what? Victim blaming Vivo. You're above that. My man is as fake as his teeth.
And we was just messing about. And Sydney, I think he's just taking this out the whole portion. I've done nothing wrong. Like, your pal, we all know she's a local bike. Do you know what I mean? So.
What the fuck, bro? You don't get to come out and call her a hoe. No, Vivo.
Fucking kidding me.
They're moved away. Come to me now.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
I thought he was just like a lovable, happy potato eating.
I pushed him off of you. Let's move this way.
Yeah.
I don't want to get trapped in this valley.
That's the lovable beaver. Yeah. I
We can try to 300 them right here, but
apologize. I apologize a lot.
if you want to, this is actually a great spot to hang out right here. Just don't give yourself away. We can pin people coming through this alley here. We can pin in completely different people coming through this runway here, and people coming up here. We're gonna up here.
Tear down the dams, not build
What the fuck is wrong with this button? Right there, we got them fucking pinned, and we got to look over on the edge over here as they come up. This is a great spot to be. But we got a wall at our back. Just don't get pinned up here. If you got to get out and slide. There they are right there. Yep. I saw him. Back off. They slid down. They slid down.
Put both your arms around her and.
Was that guy alone?
Yeah. You probably wouldn't be sitting. If someone was flirting with me that I didn't like the attention, I'd be like gone. I'd be like.
We have plenty of time. We could play this out.
You know. Gymnastic. Mental gymnastics.
Yayasha is king says.
But
I don't know what that means. I need a mic out of you, Fluffy.
I understand it is what it is, isn't it? But
come on, King.
Yayasha is king says. LOL.
Just on live view and you
Bro, you the apology is not doing anything because you're saying you didn't do anything wrong. So what are you apologizing for?
Right.
Come on.
I did nothing.
So who do you think was buried in the tomb of Jesus Christ?
Anyone have a piece of wood?
God, I wish I could do an English accent.
Yayasha is king says. Yeah, was until he rose.
That like you shouldn't be embarrassed to do it like me. Like when I try to do it, everybody just stops.
Here's a question for you. If he is one, who was he pleading with while he was getting crucified on the cross? Who was he talking to? Himself? Or was he having a conversation with himself in his head and it was all not real? Or was he having his conversation with God about
love that
exchanging sin for his son? Wasn't that God or was that him? How could he be on the cross getting crucified in the flesh and talking to himself? Is the real God.
Yayasha is king says. Use an interliner and Sir I am one. See how many times he. Yayasha is king says. Says it.
And yeah, I'll chat to you soon. But yeah, big up everyone's following me.
You not don't do that.
The question is not whether he said it or not. The question is the contradiction.
Big up.
He's in Canvey Island. Where is that?
Canvey Island?
This is the same Bible that talks about goats. And talks about an eye for an eye. And talks about...
There's actually quite a bit more.
Bad things to people for involving sexual stuff.
I posted her
this is not a good book.
To his response.
It's a book of hatred a lot of the time.
Replied. That's right.
Spun off as love.
On the way to a date, bitch.
Just because some parts are
Yayasha is king says. The Pharisees like to change a lot of things.
No, everyone does, because the thing is that the original Bibles weren't even written in any sort of English language. So at some point, if you've ever experienced life and played a game of telephone or had miscommunications with people in life, you'd understand that like there is no possible way for those translations that have been translated
Yayasha is King
multiple
says,
times to be
just
accurate.
like they changed the original Hebrew was Palea Hebrew.
He's obviously gone back to
Yayasha is King says, Paul Iberth.
And that also Jesus was not a Christian, he was a
I gotta
Jew.
listen to that again because I need a little help. I need a little help.
You actually never guess what? I just went up to the face-off with HS and Cheyenne.
Okay.
and
The
the girls
first
sat up
Christians
together.
were disciples of
Yayasha
Jesus.
is
So
King
she's telling
says,
me that
Christian
he's
comes from
obviously
the
gone
word
back with her
created.
last night, which is
So
like-
she
Christian
told her
comes from
that
the
Vivo
word
went back with
Christ.
her.
As
Yayasha is King
Her friend
says,
told her that.
they were the Natsarim.
Oh. Did
they were the
anybody-
There was something about a
disciples. They were the
face-off. Is that what-
followers.
is that a talk thing where
I
like
think
Is that like a
does?
kiki?
I think they just had they did Kiki.
The Jewish people called him a false
Yayasha
prophet.
is King says,
Yeah.
wrong
This
check
is more than a half.
Constantine Creed 321
His
C3.
own people
Yayasha
called.
is King says,
We gotta go up.
Doesn't sound
We gotta
like
go
a
up.
Kiki.
His
Now
own people
Cheyenne,
called him a
the
false
cheating
prophet,
girl, is clapping back at Sydney,
claiming to be the
Saying-
Messiah.
saying she should take her man if she wanted to. Okay, you tell me, Sydney. Or
Careful.
Cheyenne.
This is the best.
Yayasha is King says, the Pharisees, because they like control.
I'm sorry, like.
God
that's
damn it! I
not a
couldn't make it.
flattering fit.
I knew they were there.
I'm not saying anything about her body or anything like that. I'm just saying, girl,
It's
that's
over.
dress. She got the back high like a fuck. She doing a chub and tuck. She got the back high.
Yayasha is King says, GG.
What the fuck?
Scrappy DP says, GG.
All right, go ahead, Cheyenne. In it. That's a wild look.
Tell you one thing. I can take your man if I want to, but lucky for you, baby girl, I don't want to. The rest of this chat saying I want Beaver, respectfully no. You
Respectfully, no.
Fight on Thursday because I'm gonna bow your eye straight back into place. Also, be ready because you ain't ready for me. I was born ready. Period.
Okay, that is one
Like,
trash ass girl right there, my friend. That is like trash. Yeah, I mean, you could be hard pressed to find someone trashier than that in the whole world.
Straight garbage.
Golly.
Misfit's probably hitting him up right now.
Oh.
I mean, she just came out of nowhere with that shit.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
First of
they were
all-
friends for 6
Huh.
years? So wait, there's another one. This is a fresh, 1 hour ago. I was supposed to a new response to Sydney.
There's music. I'm sorry, this wasn't.
Oh,
I just uploaded. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll tell you when.
Holy hell.
Alright. I can't wait. The description says, Miss, sell your man out for a bit of clout. Oop, could never be me. What?
Damn, dude. She is.
Is that what happened?
Didn't he sold Bevo out?
That's what she says.
It's good to go.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, I was just sending this while we were waiting.
Yeah, I'll watch it after.
It's also boring and you want to create a boring storyline about some ugly man. Not right now, girl, I want a man, yeah. If you take your man, yeah, keep that. But respectfully, babe, I don't want your man. But I'm still going to fight for you for the principle of you puffing out on the net, calling me a bike, still need to chat my neck. Not for your man, though. Even if I win or lose, you can still keep your dusty man. And by the way, guys, I'm a money girl. I'm gonna play the director.
I mean, I picked up on that one.
I don't know what the fuck she said. Like, genuinely, I don't know what she said.
I feel like the thesis is just I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Basically, F both of you guys.
Yeah. I don't need you. Right. But I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Why is she threatening her? Damn. You trashy ass. Let me see what the comments are. ST. Wait, we call it STL? Wait, STI.
Oh, that's Sydney.
Oh shit! That's Sydney said STI riddled. Bicycle. Yo! That's good.
No.
Dude, Sydney just dropped a bomb in her lap 1 hour ago. This is breaking, you guys.
Breaking news. This is fresh off the
Okay,
griddle.
Sydney girl, you did it. I'm liking that. If I'm logged in, I am. What is this comment? Why can't you fight for your kid as much as you want to fight a girl over a man? I don't know nothing about.
She replied.
Oh shit. Do you know what happens off the app? No, I don't think so. And that is what happened, babe. So no, do your research and come with facts. They even write that shit out.
I like that.
Come with
Why I'm a bitch, bitch.
Bitch face. I'm sure you admitted to sleeping with Kipsy. And to be and do both your kids have Who is this? You should reply. Who is this nasty little piece of work here? Yeah, I don't see her replying. Interesting. Zipped her up. It's not just Sydney. Everyone knows you're a bite. Is that an English thing?
Where'd you talk from? I never heard that.
Everyone gets a ride. Wow, that's the implication.
What about when?
Yeah.
So who's Kipsy?
Yeah, who is Kipsy?
We gotta follow this right.
Everyone talking about being friends. What about when Sydney slept with Kipsy?
Oh man.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
This didn't have to happen.
I'm seeing it's British slang for town bicycle. Everyone's had a ride.
Oh.
Kipsy?
Oh, I love
No, the bicycle.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good. I mean, in terms of like trying to insult women.
Yeah.
Although she deserves it. She deserves it.
Man, that.
I mean, she's a bicycle, right, Olivia?
we don't know anything about it.
Wait.
I know enough.
You know
I know that she seems like a pretty horrible friend.
Right.
Yeah, we do know that.
Let me
That
put
we
it.
have evidence of.
If
We
she
don't-
was
the
my
bicycle thing,
bicycle,
we don't know.
if she was my bicycle, I would not be locking it up.
Yeah.
That thing would be available for theft.
That thing is in sixth gear. And
Dilapidated, man. Chains falling off. The wheels are fucking low.
yeah.
It's a mess. You can only really run it if you're running with 2 feet on the ground, you know?
With the flip.
Yeah.
Ari's showing me his favorite YouTuber.
You ask her. She might let you come in, bro. Just meet me in the back, bro. Oh,
Do you remember trying to like get permission to have sleepovers from parents and how those were like advanced?
It's so hard.
It was advanced social manipulation.
It's really difficult. No, bro, you got finesse it, bro. Amen, please. We go play basketball, start naming the team. Dude, you gotta make that shit real, bro.
I've never been in this situation in my life, though. I've been grounded. Just because I didn't have parents all around all the time.
The Bevo thing? Down with that, down with that, down with that, down with that. Down with that, down with that, down with that, down with that, down with that. All the way back to that. Jesus effing Christ. Criminy.
My phone had broke a couple days ago, so I had to beat my meat the old-fashioned way. I will tell you the weird thing about beating my meat with my imagination is that I don't have my phone. You know what I'm saying? I've been with my phone for so long, like this hand is just free. Like this hand ain't know what to do, dog. Like I'll beat my meat, and this hand was like, maybe I can help. So I started playing with my nipple. That just felt gay. Then I started choking myself. I liked it. That was cool. That's the campaign that got something.
You can do this. More ways that you can buy freedom. Alex Hormozy puts this perfectly. How can I take this money and turn it into more money? Instead of taking this money and buying stuff with it. In this video, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about all of your resources. I'm talking about what you have the ability to leverage right now, which is time, especially and
thanks,
energy.
Amy.
We're gonna talk.
Amy, tell me about my girl.
I'm gonna make a phone call because my house is flooding.
Oh.
I'm just gonna call for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Put like emergency status?
Yes, emergency.
Do you want me to intro Aiden Ross or anything, or?
No, this will be interesting. You can listen.
Oh, okay.
What, are you gonna do the call here?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that you were
I thought
walking
you were
away.
gonna step away.
All right, so I just have a minute. You can kind of just bring me up to date, yeah.
In the morning.
call from our guys around 11, and they said that the basement was filling up with water. My brother ran over there, and basically, that if you watch that little video, you'll see one of the pipes disconnected. I think either too much water, too much pressure, I don't know. But when it disconnected, the pump sprayed water all over the walls of that little room. And it flipped all the breakers off and turned the sump pumps off.
Oh wow.
And so they just started filling with water.
And so, what's the damage? Like, the whole basement level is flooded?
So the basement level, it's weird. I think the side on, like, if I'm going down that little hallway, the basement on the left is like sloped or lower than the right side. So the good thing is on the right side, there's no water.
That's good.
On the left side, it's like 1 inch over the carpet.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Terrible.
Ay, ay, ay.
Alright. So, what we were talking...
Down there, we're gonna take all the furniture from the ring side. We're gonna put it over to the right side. We're gonna take the carpet out, and we're gonna suck all the water out. The good news is, we didn't mess with the one sump pump where the pipe burst. But we plugged in the other sump pump into an extension cord. So the other one is working good, and it sucked all the water out.
Good. That is good.
It's not continuing to flow.
So...
We're gonna have to find somebody to fix that other pump.
Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, whatever you need to do, you know? And like you were saying, we were thinking about replacing the carpet down there anyway, so that's probably just sealed the deal on that.
Yeah, I think we should just get it out. It's gonna be so waterlogged. It's not gonna be salvageable.
And all the electronics in there we're replacing it / removing.
I only have 2 hour 45s.
hopefully-
I don't want to go into anything.
I don't know. Did they get trashed, the electronics down there?
My brother was on FaceTime with me, and literally the water sprayed all the way up to the ceiling and drenched the walls.
Crazy.
So it's a pretty powerful pump, you know. So I think maybe just over time that, and I think the volume of water that was coming last night was just a lot.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But I mean, like I said, thank God we were there. Because if that had happened last night.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys going and checking on it. And, whatever you need to do, you know. I'm not gonna be able to talk till like 5, but you can text me. Yeah, okay.
Check it out. Care package coming in.
Okay. Okay.
Riva. Palm.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
That's saying you could start an eel pit.
Yeah, I broke 2 of them.
Damn.
Yo,
that's
Drew,
crazy.
An inch of water.
An inch of fucking water. Oh, brother.
Vaccine? Well, you figured it out.
Well, okay, so
I broke
there's
2 of them.
in the room where the pump exploded, there's like some electronics that's probably all ruined. What I'm worried about, because I have my desk and my computer and all kinds of other shit there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if those got fucking... Martin did this, that scumbag. Jeez. Nah, that's nothing. Okay, great news, everybody.
Well, that doesn't sound like great news at all. T. Martin.
T. Martin, yeah.
Alright, dude.
What's he up to?
What's going on with that? What's up with T. Martin?
Love T. Martin.
That name does sound familiar. What did he do?
T. Martin now. People are saying I can make an eel pit. That's true.
Gelato. Oh, that is stout. It's gelato.
Untrue.
CSO.
Ethan, tell them to stop using great eel pits.
A nice little kiddie pool.
They dropped me.
Knuckle cluster out. Cracked an enemy.
If the RTX 5090 is anywhere near as good as the leaks are suggesting, well then AMD should be worried. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by VIPCDKdeals.com. CDK Deals is a website dedicated to getting you the best prices on games and software, and right now you can get a Windows 10
Shield swap over here and let's get out of here on the tower.
Find the best price and apply my special discount code GPC20 for an additional 30% off. You can also check out securely.
There's another tower over there if you want to hit it.
You should get access to the code both in your account
as well as in your email. In order to activate the new copy of Windows 10, just search Activate under Windows and type in your key. So if you want to learn more, be sure to click the link in the description below. So I think it's no secret that when NVIDIA first launched the RTX 40 series, most buyers were pretty disappointed by the insanely high prices of cards like the RTX 4080. Now, thankfully, AMD did offer higher rasterization performance at a lower price with their RX 7900 XTX, but since then NVIDIA has released their Super Refresh, bringing a much better price to performance ratio, especially for the RTX 4080 Super, which is now just typically around $50 more than the 7900 XTX. And while the 7900 XTX should still be a bit faster and does come equipped with 20 GB of VRAM for more than the RTX 4080 Super, many people are now choosing to go with the RTX 4080 Super instead, thanks to NVIDIA's better upscaling and ray tracing performance. And this is why I think that AMD could be in for some really big trouble, as we're getting closer and closer to the release of the RTX 50 series every day, and I suspect there will be a make it or break it moment for both companies, especially AMD, as the RTX 50 series leaks we're about to look at point to a drastic change in how GPUs are going to be doing compute. So yeah, these things are looking really insane. If you haven't seen any of the leaks, the amount of cores they're going to have are just absolutely wild. Now, I am going to go over some information which has a mixture of info from both Cop817, Red Gaming Tech, as well as a little bit of my own speculation going to give you an idea of just how powerful the RTX 50 series is. And I think what you're going to see here is that AMD's going to have to do a whole lot more than just bring more performance if they do want to stay relevant in the GPU market. And trust me guys, I definitely want that to be the case, because AMD typically offers us the best value in the GPU space, and I definitely hope that continues to ring true. But I am getting a little bit concerned, as we have been hearing that the high-end RDNA 4 might get delayed. If that's true, we have to wait for RDNA 5, and if they don't bring not only a massive performance boost, but also better prices and a huge ray tracing improvement, well, I think they're going to have a tough time selling cards in the current market. And here's why. So let's take a look at those leaks here. Taking a look first at the RTX 5090, which is likely to be based on the N3 enhanced node. One thing you're going to notice is that the SM count has been drastically increased, all the way from 128 to 192. Now, I have seen some debate over whether or not they're going to keep the same amount of CUDA cores per SM.
It wouldn't let me up it! I don't know what happened!
But either way, even 192 versus 128, if all things are the same, which they definitely won't be, the architecture is going to be a massive improvement from all of the leaks and everything that I've been hearing. Well, even if they were the same, yeah, it'd be a massive improvement, especially considering that the boost clocks will likely be raising to 2.8 gigahertz or even higher, and the memory will be swapping to 36 gigabits per second GDDR7, leading to 1728 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. You're likely going to see a large increase in cache, and at a similar or possibly even lower TDP, we're talking about a GPU that's going to be quite a bit faster than the current ones available. But there could also be a Titan variant if NVIDIA needs to release it, and this would essentially be a similar GPU, but just with 216 SMs rather than the 192. So if we take a look at the performance of what I'm expecting to see out of these cards, well, starting off with the slightly more cut down version that I think we'll see first, well, we're talking about a GPU which has 50% more SMs, 11% higher clock speeds, and 71% more memory bandwidth, and potentially over 70% more cache as well. So that would give us the compute, even without any IPC increases, of around 1.7 times our current GPUs, and we would actually be giving us around 1.9 times the amount of compute including IPC increase versus what we already have on the RTX 4090. And so even if it doesn't scale perfectly, we could be talking about a GPU that's 70-80% faster than the RTX 4090. So AMD's seriously going to have to bring it with RDNA 5 if they're going to be releasing it later than the RTX 50 series, as that is sounding to be pretty likely. But that's not all, because the ray tracing performance is absolutely wild. Now, I haven't been huge into ray tracing for some time, and I still feel like we're not quite there yet, but if the RTX 50 series can bring a massive improvement to ray tracing once again, which I really think NVIDIA will actually be the turning point where ray tracing starts to become available in pretty much every single game coming out after these cards release. I mean, we're talking about even on the more cut down version, it could be giving us around 1.9 times the ray tracing performance if we just do some simple math of the 50% SM increase, as well as a just bare minimum of 30% increase in ray tracing performance per core, which I do think they'll be able to achieve. Yeah, that would give you around 90% more ray tracing performance than the RTX 4090. And the other one that's even more powerful, that would be around 2.2 times the amount of ray tracing performance as the RTX 4090. And honestly, with that amount of ray tracing performance, I do think you can start to run all these ray tracing games not only at acceptable frame rates with the inclusion of DLSS on quality at 4K or something like that, but also I think you can start to increase the quality of these ray tracing effects as well, meaning potential less ghosting and just overall much higher quality graphics as a whole, meaning that ray tracing will probably become a lot more sought after, not only for gamers, but also developers as well, as it should make the games look significantly better. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that does turn out to be the case, but if it is true, and we do see around 2 times the amount of ray tracing performance
Why it's just two of us?
RTX 50 series, yeah, AMD's going to have to seriously work on their ray tracing, or they're going to start to be seen as a lot further behind than they currently are. The XTX is actually pretty close to a 4090, but
is this
they
ranked?
continue to fall further and further behind on ray tracing, and ray tracing starts
Is this
to
a duos? What's going on
used
here?
in basically almost every single game outside of competitive games. That's going to be a big problem for them. But hey, that's what I think. Do you think that that's going to be the case, or do you think that ray tracing
says,
will just never
nah,
take
bro,
off?
never
Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure
This
to
isn't
drop a
ranked?
like. Every time you do so, AMD and NVIDIA
Flunerp
release
says,
new
it is.
GPUs. Also, if you want to see more, check out one of
We're
the
just playing
related
2 on
videos.
3.
You won't be disappointed.
Flunerp says, yes, sir.
Hormozy puts this perfectly. How can I take
Perfect.
this money
Just
and
what
turn
I
it into
want.
more money? Instead of taking this money and in this video, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about all of your resources. I'm talking about
Flunerp says, you get lost forgiveness though.
Dun 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 dun.
There's a care package coming.
It's time you and I have a very important talk. Might be an awkward discussion, but it's a very significant one in every person's life. The old ETs. We need to discuss aliens a little more in depth, because there's a lot of misinformation floating around about what I believe in when it comes to these beautiful cosmic bastards out there, and, well, I want to set the record straight. All of you know, my dad loves aliens. I'd argue he's one of the biggest alien enthusiasts in this country right now. And he's very passionate about this topic. So am I. I am also very passionate about aliens, but more so because I find a lot of the theories that pop up about aliens visiting us, and here it's UFO footage, and it's just like this poorly photoshopped image of 2 colanders stacked on top of each other, wiggling around in 240p, and it's black and white and just blurry out the wazoo. They're like, no, it's real footage of a UFO flying around. Like, I laugh at that kind of stuff. Or like the alien bodies that keep being discovered. Like the fucking potato alien from 3 days ago, where people were convinced there was an alien in someone's garden because they had this, like, interdimensional cosmic abortion that just plopped into their garden. They're like, look, finally, irrefutable proof to convince all the doubters. We got an alien body. And it just looks like a shriveled up mushroom with nipples on it. Like, that does not look like an alien at all. And you also have to ask yourself the question, if an alien race is advanced enough to reach Earth, it means they've cracked faster than light travel, 1, so they're already well beyond our comprehension technologically. How the fuck would they just crash land here and end up in someone's garden? Do they just come to Earth to die? Like, alright, we'll take the space cruiser out. I'm looking for a good place to just die. I'll choose Earth, and this one random person's garden seems like a nice spot. It just doesn't make sense. It's not like it's just going to be some freak accident where they crash into Earth and die. And our weaponry certainly wouldn't be effective against something that technologically advanced if they're able to visit us. It's just illogical. Like, that kind of stuff makes me laugh. So when it comes to aliens, I'm very passionate because the comical nature of it is unmatched, really. But I do still firmly believe there's alien life out there in the universe. It's too big for there not to be, in my opinion. I just firmly don't think they've ever visited...
Man, that shit wouldn't even let me put a fucking tower down.
My dad does not agree. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to aliens. My dad is a firm believer that aliens have not only visited our planet, but helped us devolved things, all the way back into ancient times. He is a big proponent of ancient aliens. And while I too am an enjoyer of ancient aliens, it's for an entirely different reason. It's because I think it is very entertaining because of how outlandish it is. Meanwhile, my father subscribes to the belief that Ancient Aliens is right on the money when it comes to like aliens building pyramids and Puma Punku and all of that kind of stuff. So I just want to set the record straight. I believe aliens are out there. I feel like you'd be a fool to think that we're alone in the universe. I just really have seen no compelling evidence that convinces me they've ever visited Earth in any way, shape, or form. But my dad very much disagrees. And he wants to do some kind of like panel where he tries to like really convince me of it. Like he wants to put together like a video showcase of it, which I've encouraged him to do because I think it'd be amazing. But we haven't done that yet. I also went a little bit deeper on stream about like my dad's alien beliefs versus mine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Are they on you? Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to craft you now.
I keep seeing people say that I don't believe in aliens or something, or on the other side of the spectrum, people saying that I believe aliens helped us build the pyramids and fucking blessed us with fiber optic internet or something, like all kinds of different things because wires are getting crossed here. Because my dad talks about aliens so much, and I talk about my dad talking about aliens so much.
Take a hit from the bowl while I think about it.
All, you know,
you good?
Let's take a hit.
Into like this, you know, knowledge soup. So I just wanted to make it very clear here. But anyway, here's the stream clip that go a little more in depth. It's kind of already been cracked, but he just doesn't believe the official explanation because my dad he's like an engineer. And he just really doesn't believe that people back then would be able to make these cuts on these blocks. And that's the thing he harps on a lot. He just really thinks people back then were stupid as fuck. He really does. He thinks not only were they stupid, they just didn't have tools to make cuts on stone. Well, at least cuts like this on stone. The H blocks. So how did they do it? According to my dad, the aliens did it for him. He doesn't have an explanation as to why. He just thinks the aliens came down here and just fucking started carving H on these blocks. He doesn't really have like a reason as to why. He just says, well, we can't know, they're smarter than us. It's such an easy cop out. If aliens did not make it, why the hell would they only use stone?
What the motherfuck just happened? I got knocked off of this bitch?
Similar, are they stupid? That's what I said. You know, like, we're just basically just reliving like our arguments that we had back.
Oh, you're coming with me right away? I thought you were gonna loot.
Good spirited. Like I always say, if the aliens did this, why? And he just says, well, we can't know. They're smarter than us. Okay. And then I say, if aliens did this, why are they still using primitive shit? You could have easily made this out of like metals or something. And usually what they'll say is they want that the aliens wanted to teach humans how to do it, to help them advance or something along those lines. And I'm like, if they wanted to do that, why didn't they leave any other messages or instructions? And he says they did.
I don't have another.
Called the pyramids. They're perfectly aligned with Orion's belt. It's their message to us. Say, what is that?
I don't have another
they're smarter than us. We can't possibly.
Tower.
Well, like, well, it's a fucking in a very ineffective message. Then, isn't it?
Moving. I'm just trying to.
I used to watch Ancient Aliens back in the day, bro. The shit they come up with is hilarious. They unironically said the Bible story about Jonah being swallowed by a whale is false.
Oh, it's from behind us. We gotta move.
By an alien submarine. We talked about that yesterday. Yeah. My dad fully disavows 99% of Ancient Aliens, but really believes that they know their shit when it comes to the pyramids. And I guess Puma Punku by extension, because they covered that. They have a whole goddamn episode on like Sasquatch being an alien, or dropped off by aliens or something. I already forgot. Have you heard of the Intergalactic Federation? That's
Flunurp says, keep going.
Kind of part of
yeah, sorry, dude. I don't know why you stopped.
They're adjacent.
Flunurp says,
yes,
you good.
This even got referenced in 2020, if you guys remember this. Former Israeli space security chief says
they ran up on me and my controller DC.
The Federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. This kind of
This is the only place I can hide. Oh my god.
What's the most
they're on top of me and they're gonna come around this corner.
I don't know. Heated's just not the right word. Because it's
a lot of trouble.
Always comical. Like we're usually both giggling, but he's very passionate about it. So I guess
the team that killed you is now on top of the team on top of me.
Like, raising his voice about it.
He's like, Charlie, I built cars for fucking 50 years. I know engineering. The people back then didn't have the tools or the fucking brain power to build the pyramids. It's simple engineering, son. When are you gonna stop being so stupid? But like, he's not being mean about it. He's just getting like really animated. And speaking of Ancient Aliens, remember that episode where they said giraffes used to have short necks? Blame it on the aliens? Or am I on crack? That sounds like Ancient Aliens. There's even a whole meme for a while that was passed around Reddit where they had Sukalos, who my dad fucking loves. Before I like watched more Ancient Aliens outside of the homework he assigned me with the Pyramids episode, my dad was like, Charlie, you gotta look at this guy. His name is Giorgio Sukalos. He knows his shit. And then it turns out he's the guy from all the memes where he does this and it just says aliens. He's that guy.
30 seconds
And
until
I felt almost shame. I was like, Dad, no. Not Sukalos. It can't be your expert source. It can't be. Sure enough, it was. And Sukalos is like the worst offender of just blaming everything on aliens. So in the pyramid episode, I think it was Sukalos, there was like a speculation like, this pyramid didn't have a tomb in it. So then why was it the way that it was? And Sukalos comes in and said, well, it's because they were communicating directly with aliens in the intergalactic cosmos far, far away.
Looks like
And he's like, well,
inside the ring.
you have a source for that? Like, that's quite a leap. How do you know that? Sounds like he's just messing with you. Doesn't sound like he actually believes it. No. No.
He believes
You couldn't be more wrong. Since I was a child, my dad has been on the aliens and pyramids. I remember being a baby boy, a toddler, and my dad with me where he'd sit me down and be like, listen, son. It might not be 10 years, it might not be 20 years, but one day, you're gonna see. We're gonna find out that the aliens built those fucking pyramids. We will learn that the aliens helped us advance in our primitive stages. Like, I remember as far back as my brain will allow me that he has always been on that. Since day one. He's committed to the joke. It's not a joke, I'll tell you right now. Even tonight he texted me. He's like, so I see you talked about those stupid garden alien potato things or whatever. What did he say again? You say, what's that new alien bit? Bunch of bullshit. You gotta do one about Puma Puku.
1 minute till ring
Love you. That was at 8:23. He is always on alien mode. You know what it is? I talked about this on stream. I'll mention it again. I think what happened is, my dad when he was a teenager, he always like believed that, like he just really, my dad is, like I said, he does so much engineering and has his whole life, he just really can't wrap his head around people back then being able to make like sophisticated stuff,
What a
like
dumbass.
pyramids and fucking giant H's, I guess. And I think he probably for a while harbored this belief that it must have been the aliens because it's so advanced. But was probably more open-minded to it, like to being proven wrong, like, hey, no, that's not what happened, and here's how they did it. Which we have a lot of evidence to support a lot of theories on how these things were made. But what happened, what really cemented him in this way, is my dad's roommate was a U.S. Army lieutenant? No, major? I think it was a major. I can't remember the order, but he was a pretty high-ranking person in the military, and he worked at a MacDill Air Force Base, which is a huge Air Force base.
General.
And they were roommates for the longest time. Even like after leaving the military, they remained roommates, remained very close. And he was an alcoholic, unfortunately. Very sad set of circumstances. He was not in a good way. But my dad swears by this story that he was telling the truth. One day, his roommate came back, fucking blasted as usual, and he told my dad that, that day on the base, they had recovered an alien corpse, and that MacDill Air Force Base had an alien body there. And my dad swears by it, fucking swears by it, that he wasn't being lied to. He was in his right mind enough to reveal that information. Like he's usually very tight-lipped. This isn't something he would normally do. It probably rattled him to the core. And I think that was the moment the switch was flipped in my dad's brain, where it's like, okay, I'm right. These aliens are here, and they've been here. I think that's what happened. When really,
I looked into like the
what I think happened is the guy had a lot of
That
mental
gotta be
problems, alcohol abuse, a lot of terrible things, and I think it may have just been associated with that. I don't think they actually had a fucking alien body on the base. You gotta find that guy and see if he was telling the truth. Well, I need a Ouija board for that because he's dead. Yeah, he passed away.
If you have a respiratory
So that information is, that's with him now. I mean, after that. The aliens got him. He knew too much. That's probably what it was. Thanks for the gift, Couch. What kind of information do you think was lost in the Library of Alexandria? You don't think the Egyptians had sophisticated tools? Well, hey, what the fuck? I have been firmly on the side of people back then were still very smart, very resourceful, and actually had a very good understanding of like tools and all of that. They had the means at their disposal to make these things. You're barking up the wrong tree. I'm on your side. It's a recent beauty. But as for the Library of Alexandria, God only knows what information was lost in that.
First blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
They had Stanleys back then. Yeah, they probably fought wars over Stanley Cups back then.
Hang on, I'm crafting.
I did more research on Sukalos. Motherfucker unironically said Excalibur was an alien laser weapon.
Materials here.
That does sound about par for the course. That's the Giorgio Sukalos I've come to know. Archaeology degree checking in. The thing with Puma Punku is simply we have not found the tools they used. Look up Cyclopean masonry. Ancient Greeks and Romans saw these walls of huge, perfectly fit stones and figures. Surely only Cyclops could have built this. 1,000 years later, we figured out what tools they used and decided the OG theory was crazy. Well, from what I recall, and it's been years since I bothered digging into Puma Punku, they actually did find the molds for tools they used to carve out the H-blocks, and the tools, like the molds, what they were making, would be able to make those cuts. So I don't think there's a lot of mystery left here, from what I remember. You ever wonder if there was a case that we did see actual proof of alien life, but just wrote it off as fake because it looked so unbelievable? I don't think anything that the general public has ever seen was alien, like real alien life. But I do think there's probably been like maybe something through like one of the, like, I don't know, maybe the James Webb Telescope or something that they've seen that's like, oh, that's like actual alien life. That they just haven't published. That's what I think. I don't think there's anything layman like you and I would have seen. Does your dad believe in the Men in Black? If so, what are his thoughts on them? No. The statistics of there not being alien life is unfathomably high. Is unfathomably higher than the statistics of there not being life. The chances of us intersecting is also astronomical. I've said a million times, I firmly, truly believe there's alien life out there. I just don't think it has ever crossed paths with Earth. I really don't think that's happened. Ever. Do you by chance know about the signal that came from space in 1977 that we never really found out where it came from? Oh my god, not the fucking WoW signal again. We're not going down this shit. We're not doing this again. We've already covered the fucking WoW signal. Not again. Next we're gonna get into warp drives or some goofiness. We've barked up that tree plenty. Have you heard of Teotihuacan? It's an ancient city in Mexico that ancient aliens believe is an alien computer. Their proof is that it looks kind of like a circuit board. I'll be the judge of that.
I love people, dude.
The most circuit board-esque. Maybe there's a reason why aliens don't visit. Like, what can they do with a bunch of old dinosaurs? And through some spaghetti. There's just so many different ways you can toss around that thought experiment. I just think faster than light travel is probably just not cracked by any life right now, would be my guess. And even if it was, I don't think they would touch us. They just do no reason to. They wouldn't need anything from us.
They must not be very good.
If they have faster than light travel, we can offer them nothing. Except memes. And OnlyFans, I guess, if they don't have that in their world. Search the Teotihuacan alien computer. It shows a comparison with a real circuit board. I didn't need more convincing. I already bought in, but sure.
Those bastards, they hid their circuit board in plain sight. And they thought they'd get away with it. They thought they were slick. Don't show this to your dad. I don't think my dad would believe in that one. No, I wonder if I, like, dressed it up well enough. Like, Dad, you know, we may not see eye to eye on all the pyramids and stuff, but what do you think about Teotihuacan alien computers?
Teotihuacan, why is it like that?
And it turns out this entire place is a giant alien circuit board. And he'd be like, I told you, I knew it. Put it in the right context, because I feel like if I just came at him like, what do you think of this? He'd be like, yeah,
Teotihuacan, yeah.
When it's exactly like, I'm starting to believe it, he'd probably be like, okay, this might be some good shit. You gotta start making up your own conspiracies to convince him. Hire some artists to create some fake images for you. That's just diabolical. That is something I wanted to do on Facebook. I think it was about 5 years ago. And I was getting pretty serious about it. I was drumming up my own conspiracy, and I was going to hire some artists to start putting together like a lot of material for it. And I was going to start spreading fake conspiracies on Facebook for fun. But I ended up not doing it. There are many planets that look like they can support alien life. What do you think they'd look like? Again, insectoid. I said it yesterday. I think they'd look insectoid. Like, I don't think they'd be fuckable. I don't think they'd be hot. I think they just look like bugs.
Mother would love hearing me say that.
Using grapple.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Put an American boot up your ass. And I'll tell you something. You don't know me though. Know you was jumping. Here we go, Mr. James Brown.
They call him the Godfather of Soul, Mr. Dynamite, and the hardest working man in showbiz. But very soon, he may be known as the Defendant.
Trying to steal my shit, I see you!
Singer James Brown is about to embark on a South American tour, but it's this tour that prompted his latest brush with the law. Brown says that he and his wife had an argument because she wasn't going on the tour with him. Adrian Brown and South Carolina police say that in the argument, it resulted, as a matter of fact, in Brown assaulting his wife with a lead pipe and firing a gun at a car that she was in. These are charges that Brown denies. He was released yesterday on $15,000 bond. He joins us from Atlanta to discuss the charges, and we welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America. Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in any difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Have all the charges been dropped?
Yeah, I'm out on love.
Are you out on love or out on... Which is it?
Out on love. Come on from night to night to find me.
Now, James, this isn't the first time you and your wife have had a problem. Are the two of you going to be able to work this out?
Let's talk about the music.
You want to talk about music, and you don't want to talk about... Well, let's talk about your tour. When are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
And where are you going?
Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo.
Now, your fans will have read all about this, James. Aren't you concerned about that?
No, Nagasha. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good.
Care package being released.
I just got a brand new bag. It's a man's work.
Incoming care package. Pro tip,
well, that's the second time we've heard that in 2 days. That's very easy. Now, don't leave us, James. You stay right there. What we have to talk about? Well, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
Some people have been there.
What are you going to be doing on this tour?
I'm going to be doing outside bag, living in America. Sex machine, get up off of that thing. I feel good. Yeah.
Keeping my eyes on that spot.
Now, I understand that you have already... James, I have to ask you one serious question here. I understand you already have started divorce proceedings. Does that mean that you're now eligible?
Yes, I'm pregnant. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Over there.
Why is that, lady?
Well, I'm asking you.
Of the squads left.
Because
Why
I
do you
look
think
good.
that is? You
I
look
smell
good.
good. I
Yeah.
feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh. Well, there we are. We don't have to ask anybody else. We got that from the source. Now, you're involved in publishing a gospel magazine. Tell us a little bit about it.
Coming. It's out of Augusta, Georgia, the Anthem. Joseph P. Young is the editor, and James Brown is one of the advisors. And we're doing a fantastic job. It's Second Coming. It teaches on this week. I think we have the Pope and I believe the Williams brothers. And next week we'll have Reverend Al Sharpton, I think.
Hostile spotted.
And we'll be doing a lot of good things, and hopefully we'll get Brother Ted Turner on the cover. Ted, where you at?
James, we want to thank you for being with us today.
This is I'm calling a lifeline
Is
package
there
in.
something more you want to say that we have? Okay, go ahead.
Got a replicator
Well,
coming
it's
down.
It sounds to me as though you're not troubled by any of this. Thanks for reminding us of that. Every once in a while, we forget. So we remembered again. James, good luck on your tour. Thanks for being with us. I guess we're going to hear lots more.
Hasta luego.
Okay, hasta luego.
30 seconds remain. The ring is nearby.
I threw a grenade. I'm going to push when that goes off. There we go. There's one. Oh, they had no idea I was there. Oh my god, okay, reload.
10 seconds.
Wow. That was lucky. Welcome to Bodycam. This is an early access test of the game. And we're jumping in for one of the first times here. So the developers emailed me and asked if I wanted to join on the latest playtest and record, and I was like, yeah, sure. So this game mode at the moment is a 6v6 team deathmatch. First to 10. And as you may have guessed, this is running on Unreal Engine 5. The lighting and the textures are pretty ridiculous. And it's got this weird body cam control system. It feels very odd playing a game like this. I'm gonna have to get used to it because, oh, there's a drone there. What the hell?
Hostile over there.
So you move the gun with your mouse, and then when you get to the edge of the screen, or when you get to this invisible boundary, then it turns the camera. So it takes a bit of getting used to, definitely. I've only ever played one other game like this, and it was a horror game. Oh, look at that, wow. But there's also that Unrecord game coming out too. We haven't found this last guy, so I think the round's going to end and we're going to win this one. This is more of our team alive here. And that flashlight, that looks so good, doesn't it? Crazy. Oh, there's another drone. Where you going? Yeah, I don't know
There's
what that is.
someone that went this way at some
Hey,
point.
there we go,
earlier.
round one in the bag.
Rings
It's a
nearby. 1
scoreboard.
minute till
Teammates
close.
are blurred, their faces are pixelated. This shotgun? Yes, oh my god. The guns are so loud. But I'm gonna rush this because I feel like they spawn over in my right hand corner now based on that last round.
Just a little further. 45 on the clock.
This is why I went with the pistol. Back down this time. I guess everyone's got shotguns as well though, so gotta be careful. That's the guy. Dead. Oh, the shotguns are effective at range. There's a little hole here, isn't there? I went through that.
Fire. The enemies are shooting at me.
Hello. Oh. Hi. My brain is doing tricks up.
Giving my shields a recharge.
That's another drone.
Charging on my
But the
shield.
drones must be
Where
something
from?
that you get. Oh. Whee.
I got one under me.
I don't get my own drone.
We're outside the ring. Move.
Was that in the corner?
To fly on a zip line. I am.
No. Looks good.
Firing.
Only down there. Go down the stairs. Okay, that's a bad guy. Oh no, did he just kill my mate? Still pay for that. Right into the back. Dropped him. Round win. Yeah, that was the last guy. Yeah, the pixelated faces, I think that just kind of adds to the realism because we're not very good at making faces in video games yet. This room is so dark. You hear TV there. I mean, it's a horror game. Getting out of here. Dead end.
Round 5, beginning.
Head up the stairs, maybe.
Recharging my shields.
Gunshot on my left. Oh. Oh, I get him. Yes. Dropped him. Wow. This is intense, man. This is really, really intense. Your teammates have got this green wall box around them. I think friendly fire's on. You know, I think I'm going to go outside this time. Through the middle. How much quicker here? Oh, I love the way the camera overexposes there. And that's the reason that I think it looks so good, because it's not mimicking what your eyes see, it's mimicking what a body cam looks like, and you know, they've done a pretty good job of it. That's why it tricks you, I think. Oh, that's a bad guy. Can I peek through that? Oh, okay, right. Yeah, that gun's got a lot of recoil. The AK. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. AK again. This one doesn't have a sight on by the looks of it. So every round it's going to give you a different gun, and both teams a different gun. Do I have legs in this game? Yeah, I can see my own legs. Push up here. Starting to learn the map a bit now. Standing here. See if I figured it out yet. Anyone? He's dead. I just saw one at the end of the corridor there.
Bandit down.
He's dead. I don't know that was the same guy. Probably through here somewhere. Oh, there he is! I couldn't aim! I just had to hold my sword. I think I couldn't aim because I was in the...
She's up top, I heard her, so... Oh, no.
Okay. So when you die, you get the drone. You can fly the drones around and, I guess, try and find the enemy.
Go where? Right?
I just walked out the I thought the job in the street, you put it in your hand. But when I want to treat, y'all make me do tricks. Why I gotta do tricks for my tricks? It's right here.
Legacy.
It's only over when it's over.
Walter Fuse Fitzroy, at your bloody service.
Introducing your champion.
If worms taste like bacon, I wonder what worms will think you taste like.
is popular. Beauty of a view, eh? Let's rock and roll.
Triangle.
Now give me my tree.
You got a nose, lady. He got that nose, baby.
Hey, open the door, fucker. Hey, open the door. The door's on the other side. It's open. Look at what? You swat the light. You saw the speed on. Come on. That's not the side. Come on, bud. What you mean? Lift the glass. Right here. There you go. Come on. You gotta go open the door. Door's open. Yeah, right. Is this door open? Come on, you sister, open the door. Oh, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Tell me. Cause you mad. I ain't coming in there. You need to shut the door, shut it.
1 minute, and the ring's spitting distance, folks.
See, there we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look. You just had to close it over. I told you it wasn't over.
These small dog bags that I got to feed the other dogs for the rest of the
Ring's
week.
close, 45
torn
seconds
apart
on the
and
clock.
eaten. Did you do it? Bruno.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do it?
Take a guess.
I think it is you. You look a little guilty, buddy.
Yeah, because I'm the only dog around.
No.
Ring's 30 on the clock. Let's move. Ring's close. 10
Yeah, what
seconds.
you want?
Hold on to your
What you doing? Nothing really. I was just chasing the bird and I thought it dirty. I was go rolling.
Don't go rolling in that. Whatever that is, don't go rolling in it. You're eating bastard. Where you going?
Listen up, fellas. The ring's moving and we're on the wrong side of it.
There's nothing else to do around here. That's cool with you? So then I'm gonna go back over.
Champ's dead. Heavy is the head that wears the bullet holes.
This is Julie trying to get me to go home.
We're leaving.
It's getting ridiculous, son.
No, you're ridiculous.
Let go of the leash.
You kill leader out there. What a
He's trying to get
go-getter.
him to go home. It's ridiculous.
Let them stick that thing on my butt. It's ridiculous.
Trying to show his mother.
Show him when we get home.
We're not going home.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
We're not going home. You haven't done anything yet. Stop.
Hands off. That's a present.
What's wrong with you? Don't tell me.
Don't tell me what.
What he did.
What did you do? Boy, don't be run. Spin. What did y'all do?
Yep.
Brucey? Not your turn.
What you want my
Do you want to go?
I want to go. Yeah, I want to go. Let me get your phone for you. Let me get your phone. Oh, I'm ready to go. What's taking so long? Put your shoe on. Put your shoe on. Put it on. All right.
Oh, scratches. I like that.
Okay. Enough scratches. Come on, let's go outside. I'm ready to go.
What's wrong, Mama? Oh, you want me to help you?
What's up?
I can help you.
Just walk barefoot like we do. Ooh, what is this? Oh, what is this? Oh, no, it's snow. Oh, it's snow. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so much snow. Hey, look, right here. Hey, look right here. Snow, it's snow everywhere. Hold on, let me eat some. Hold on. Oh, I love you. Wait, hold on. Let me get some more. Ah. I love it. Look over there. Head over there. It's snow everywhere, y'all. Hold the phone over the place. It's snow.
We're calling it a lifeline package.
It's so much snow. Looky right here, snow. And this is ice. Oh, but over here, this is snow right here. Oh, that's that good. Oh, that's that good stuff.
If you about to blame me for something I didn't even do. Oh, you turn around. Was that a drool? Get it together. I'm not even paying attention. Oh, I love them orange crackers with the peanut butter inside. Toast, crunchy. Oh.
Where you going, bros? Holy fuck.
Which one of y'all made the Central Park? I want
want to know because I'm throwing my net.
Drop to Narnia over here. Jesus, let me catch
I
up.
think it's funny. Got me out here bungee jumping for my team, son. Okay, here I go. I almost caught my toenail in that one. I'm hanging
Yeah,
on.
it's going into the
Oh, y'all
kill
laughing?
zone.
It's funny. Okay, check it out. I'll be right
I don't like this.
Materials,
Hey, I see a little friend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look.
I really need shotgun
That
ammo.
little flake here ain't do nothing. Look, Mom. I'm on top of the world. Yeah, is it still funny? Oh, y'all still laughing? I'm laughing with you right now. Ha ha. I'm about to eat all your sweet.
Under fire.
Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Here, catch.
That's good right there.
What happens if I give you a whole apple?
Use this Phoenix kit.
Listen up, I'm getting shot
It's
at.
an apple.
No, it ain't.
You just ate one.
No,
You
no.
just ate
You
one.
can't believe I ate something like this. No, I didn't eat nothing like this.
I'll try to give you enough time to get out of there. I don't think you should do that.
You just ate an apple. You like apples.
I'm moving around.
Eat the apple.
Look, if you refer to this over here right here, you are grossly mistaken.
Eat an apple.
Look, it's not an apple. See, look, watch this. Watch this. I can't even keep it in my mouth. You take it back. You take it. It is not an apple. What?
Catch.
I
told you you like apples.
So this is an apple. Hey, we got some wet wipes because her hands real dirty. How she trying to cook? Y'all don't touch this girl.
Taking fire.
Put your hands on me. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No. You better stop, little girl. I'm too fast. Somebody come watch your hands. They need to come watch your hands. Look, this is my chair. You gotta leave. I ain't leaving. Okay, please get away from my trail, little girl. Dirty hands. The hands dirty. The hands dirty.
Ring closes in a minute. It's pretty far.
My coat clean. My coat.
Recharging
Why
shield.
y'all let that try to touch me with the dirty hands? Don't talk about her dirty hands. You know, turn my bed truck.
We got to wipe each other.
Stop, little girl. Stop.
Healing.
Hey, stop. Don't do that. Don't touch it. You need to wipe your hands. Let me go.
Gonna get you out there, Stephen. Picked up our teammate's banner.
Opening fire. Charging up my shields.
It's time you and I have a very important talk. Might be an awkward discussion, but it's a very significant one in every person's life. The old birds and ETs. We need to discuss aliens a little more in depth. There's a lot of misinformation floating around about what I believe in when it comes to these beautiful cosmic bastards out there. And, well, I want to set the record straight. All of you know, my dad loves aliens. I'd argue he's one of the biggest alien enthusiasts in this country right now. And he's very passionate about this topic. So am I. I am also very passionate about aliens, but more so because I find a lot of the theories that pop up about aliens visiting us, and here's UFO footage, and it's just like this poorly photoshopped image of two colanders stacked on top of each other, wiggling around in 240p, and it's black and white and just blurry out the water.
Let's try and get all the way around the edge because I don't want to go through that. That valley is gonna kill us right now.
Or like the
You're in the
alien
slaughter
bodies
zone.
that keep being discovered. Like
If you want to go through the slaughter zone, you
3 days
go.
ago, where people were
You
convinced
go,
there was
girl.
alien
Do
in
it.
someone's garden because they had this like interdimensional cosmic abortion that just plopped into their garden. They're like, look, finally, irrefutable proof
Do
to
not
convince
think
all the
that's
doubters.
advisable.
We got an alien body. And it just looks like a shriveled up mushroom with
Gotta do
nipples
what
on
you
it.
gotta do.
Like that does not look like an alien at all. And you also have to ask yourself the question, if an alien race is advanced enough to reach Earth, it means they
Somebody
crash faster than light
barely
travel,
make
one,
it
so
out.
they're already well beyond our comprehension technologically.
Dude
How the
skis
fuck
out
would they
somehow.
just crash land here and end up in someone's garden? Do they just come to Earth to die? Like, alright, we'll take the space cruiser out. I'm looking for a good place to just die. I'll choose Earth, and this one random person's garden seems like a nice spot. It just doesn't make sense. It's not
Chase them off if you're getting there.
They crash into Earth and die, and our weaponry certainly wouldn't be effective against something that technologically advanced if they're able to visit us. It's just illogical. Like, that kind of stuff makes me laugh. So when it comes to aliens, I'm very passionate because the comical nature of it is unmatched, really. But I do still firmly believe there's alien life out there in the universe. It's too big for there not to be, in my opinion. I just firmly don't think they've ever visited Earth. Ever. My dad is not a We don't see eye to eye when it comes to aliens. My dad is a firm believer that aliens have not only visited our planet,
That
but
guy was
helped
hard,
us
bro.
evolve with things. All the way back into ancient times. He is a big proponent of ancient aliens. And while I too am an enjoyer of ancient aliens, it's for an entirely different reason. It's because I think it is very entertaining because of how outlandish it is. Meanwhile, my father subscribes to the belief that Ancient Aliens is right on the money when it comes to, like, aliens building pyramids and Puma Punku and all of that kind of stuff. So I just want to set the record straight. I believe aliens are out there. I feel like you'd be a fool.
Taking fire. Reloading. Recharging shields.
In our look at AMD's Ryzen 8000 G series processor, we're going to be laser focused on the two SKUs that AMD actually wants anybody talking about, the 8700G and the 8600G. And the reason for that is are really a lot less exciting. AMD didn't mention this to me when we covered these chips at their announcement at CES this year, but the two lower-end chips not only use Zen 4 C cores, packed ones, they also have fewer PCIe lanes, which could be a problem for the future expandability of your system. If you kind of see our conclusion on these chips, you're going to see why we think is a pretty big problem. For now, though, let's focus on the 8600G and 8700G. They're packaged about like you expect from AMD. Got your little sticker in there, and as with any of their AM5 socket processors, there are no pins on the back. Instead, it uses an LGA or pad-style mounting mechanism, with the pins being inside the CPU socket. They don't come with much in the way of accessories, but unlike AMD's X series, they do at least come with a cooler. It's a simple aluminum heatsink with what appears to be a 92mm fan. Of course, if you step up to the Ryzen 7 variant, you get a simple aluminum heatsink with a 910mm fan, which it doesn't need to be. Its height was fine as it was the day before. No, it also needs pink color is in all seriousness, the main claim to fame of these chips
Is there people on you over there?
They use the same Zen
Are there people on you?
the lower ones, Zen 4C, that we've seen in AMD's previous processors, but they're a new model year, so they get a new number, because that's apparently how AMD does things now, and they have onboard graphics that is now on par with what AMD has been shipping in their mobile solutions. So just like we've seen in mobile consoles like the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go, we can run these, okay, not high details, 120 FPS, but 1080p low, 30 to 60 FPS, does that seem realistic? Maybe even a little faster, because we're running in a desktop form factor now, which means we can unlock a little bit more power budget. Although, my understanding is that most of this has gone to enabling higher base clocks on the CPU portion of the chip, rather than the GPU. Though it should be noted that only the 8700G actually gets the higher base clocks. The 8600G is on par with its mobile equivalent. I've got a bunch of benchmarks from the labs team, which we will take a look at very soon, because AMD claims that these things are in a similar performance class as an Intel CPU paired with a dedicated NVIDIA GPU at around the same price, which is a pretty bold claim indeed. But before I do that, I have to boldly tell you about our sponsor, Charge. Get ready to chill with the Iceman, the coolest power bank on the block, honey. Its active cooling system means saying goodbye to wireless charging that gets too hot.
Not only does it keep your devices charged, but its cool, transparent look and RGB lighting shows people that you know how to party. With a 10,000 mAh capacity, MagSafe compatibility, Qi support for wireless charging, and up to 20 watt charging over USB-C, it's the power bank that all the other power banks want to date. And don't forget its unique low current mode and airline-safe features, perfect for partying on the PJ or any other regular plane. Check out the Charge Ice Mag at the link.
We should land there. Looks like fun.
$230 to $330. That is a lot to spend on a CPU in a system where the budget didn't account for a dedicated graphics card. However, if you think of this as a CPU and a graphics card, well, all of a sudden it starts to become more reasonable. Now, it should be noted that there are CPU-GPU combos that would net you a better value than this today. Like if you were to go for AMD's own AM4 platform and then an RX 6600 GPU. But as long as this is close, I think it's a lot more compelling. And the reason for that is that you're not buying into a dead platform. And I'm not afraid. Like, I think of every PC as a PC of Theseus. So if there's something that I'm going to be able to add to over time, having Zen 4 cores, having a more modern platform, that's something that's going to appeal to me a lot. Immediately, I'm noticing that loading times are about what I would expect for a modern platform, which makes sense. You get anywhere from 6 to 8 Zen 4 cores, with 2 chips we're looking at today, and golly gee whizzikers. I don't have an FPS counter, but this is Cyberpunk 2077 running at 1080p low. And if I had to guess, I'd say this is running anywhere from 30 to 40 frames per second. 35 is super cool. How about this cop? Look at that, I won. The power of AMD compels me. Now, obviously, AMD's being a little bit optimistic in their marketing materials for these chips. I mean, when they say 60 FPS, they mean with FSR, their upscaling technology. But if you can get 30 without upscaling technology, you will be experiencing Cyberpunk, gosh darn it, and without a GPU. There you go. AMD's all AMD's fusion, man. We're gonna put CPUs with GPUs in the same chip, man. It's gonna be so cool. And here we are, what, 10, 11 years later? And they're finally doing it. And there's even workloads that really will take advantage of both of those elements of the chip. Okay, we didn't really test Cinebench with the GPU, but we could have. And this really highlights what I was mentioning before about how much better it is to have a modern platform with modern cores compared to going AM4. Ryzen 5 5600G falls way behind these chips. Also in Blender, they put up very competitive CPU numbers, with in particular the 8700G outclassing anything else in this kind of price range, if, on the Intel side, you had to account for that you need a dedicated GPU, because they do not have anything even near this kind of performance in onboard graphics. And as for 7-Zip, it's pretty much the same story. These are powerful CPUs with really decent GPUs on them. And some workloads, like Stable Diffusion, will make a lot of sense to run on the GPU, actually, for that matter. They could make sense to run on the AI cores, but much like AMD's promises 10 years ago with Fusion, we haven't seen too many consumer applications for these AI cores just yet. We're just kind of hoping that by the time we would use them every day, this chip is not... Oh, what were the cycles? I never actually started. 46! 37 FPS 1% lows.
I got a Havoc and a Rampage.
I don't even need frame view, man. If you move on to something like Rocket League, I mean, this is 100 FPS easy. And it's not just the smoothness of the animations. A big part of what makes higher frame rates feel better is that there's less latency. So I can really feel that my inputs are being registered on the screen much more quickly. Having a look at the rest of our results, it's clear that whether you choose the 8700G or the 8600G, no, you're not going to be on par necessarily with an entry-level GeForce card. But what you will be is able to gain now with the potential to upgrade to a real graphics card in the future, like one that comes on a card, while still retaining these high-performance Zen 4 CPU cores. Is this going to be the right path for everybody? No, I don't think so at all. If you are
Did you get him up?
for the absolute best bang for your buck, I'm always going to advocate for going for what gives you the most FPS per dollar today, and a lot of the time, that's going to be something that's not going to have as much of an upgrade path, or it's going to be something in second hand. In terms of something that could be reasonably future-proof, I love this as much as I did when AMD first announced it. Finally, something for the entry-level gamers out there. A viable option that isn't just, well, why don't you buy our old stuff? Which isn't to say that I don't have some annoyances with AMD about this launch. One of the things they glossed over when they did my briefing was the number of PCIe lanes on these chips. The 86 and 8700G do not have enough PCIe connectivity to connect a graphics card at the full by 16 link limit. So you're limited to a by 8 link to your GPU. With PCIe being as fast as it is these days, it's probably not going to impact things too much unless you were putting a much older GPU on it, which you wouldn't because it has a powerful GPU in it already. But especially on the lower end chips where they only get a by 4 link to a GPU, they're really shooting themselves in the foot if part of the value of these chips is supposed to be that PC and Theseus upgrade story, because I would not want to use a by 4 link to my GPU, unless I was on a laptop using Thunderbolt or something like that. So, still room for improvement, but overall, I'm happy to have an entry-level desktop option, because that just hasn't made sense to me for so long that they have these great integrated GPUs on mobile, but we have to slum it on the desktop with these super cut-down versions. If you guys enjoyed this video, why don't you check out our unboxing of the RX 7600 XT, a new GPU from AMD that is an option. Subscribe to Short Circuit.
A portion of today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey everyone, Travis here, and the Apple Vision Pro has been released to the wild for a few days now, and with that, I wanted to check out all the available apps that are out there.
We're not all the way back to here. We're all the way back to here. We're all the way back to that. Oh, there we go. I want something. There we go. 23 years old in music terms. Beethoven or Bach? Or Bach? Let's play a game of competitive. Let's check myself first. Where am I at? What? Collection. Where are my agents? What? Start collection premiere. Where am I? Here. Yesterday, damn, bro. Solo queued and got my ass kicked. Solo queued and got my ass kicked. Don't know what I'm doing. Trash hits. She got me going on like what? Tell me. Oh.
Some of my favorites. Apple says there's about 600 native apps available for the Vision.
You know, you think you know tech news, but then it goes and changes every single day. Honestly, tech news needs to figure itself out. friends is too much. Being your friend is really hard. Apple, the company that has been following the AI hype train at a safe distance, just quietly dropped an open source AI model called MG, which stands for Multimodal Large Language Model Guided Image Editing.
Bit of a mouthful.
It's what you thought it was. As described in a newly published paper from Apple researchers, the image editing model can't generate images from scratch, but it can, for example, add vegetable toppings to a picture of a pizza when asked to make it healthier, or change only the part of the image specified in a prompt, rather than replacing the pizza with a head of broccoli and translating sign in the background into Simlish. Be useful in a different scenario. MG is actually freely available to try on Hugging Face, so long as you don't mind a wait time currently listed as 3,563 seconds. You can calculate what that is in minutes while you wait. We didn't mind, but while it did remove my glasses as requested, it also removed half my wings. So I think it's been a positive few days overall for AI, though. OnePlus is rolling out AI features, including the ability to summarize articles and phone calls with the ability to bring stuff up you talked about so you can remember later. I need this badly. Roblox released a real-time AI chat translator, so you find out near instantaneously what players all around the world are threatening to do to your mom. Oh, hey! And thanks to machine learning, we've successfully interpreted a scroll that was charbroiled during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. And then there's the recent study from several US universities which pitted 8 LLM agents against each other in a series of war games where they acted as nations. And they wound up replicating human-like arms races and only occasionally blew each other to Kingdom Come.
Just like us.
Honestly, they showed remarkable restraint with the nukes. They could have used them early. Apple's newly launched Vision Pro has continued to wobble like a freshly born bull, with the major bad news of the day being Mark Gurman's revelation that there's no option for users to independently reset the device if they forget the password. Instead, they'll need to either...
I am both shield and sword.
mail it to customer support, or physically bring it into a store like some kind of peasant.
Get your assistant to bring it in.
So that Apple can wipe and
Don't
reset
hurt
it.
myself.
Part of the problem
But it's a
is that the
gunfight,
device
so no
doesn't have any
promises.
port that would allow users to plug it into a Mac for testing and troubleshooting. Apple did create a special strap that would allow the device to be connected to a Mac via USB-C, but it costs $300 and was only intended for developers. If civilians get their hands on this, they'll shoot their eye out. Because why would you ever be without access to Bluetooth or Wi-Fi? What are you, an animal?
I mean, worse. An Android user.
Apple has released its first developer beta for Vision OS, which will probably address some of the Vision Pro's early software hiccups,
go.
including an issue where virtual objects would disappear when pulled closer, and Apple's gross-looking Persona avatars. No explanation necessary. They're just wrong. Oddly, YouTube came out this week to announce that they would, in fact, be developing an
No
app for the
charges
Vision Pro at some vague point in the future, after
day.
saying they wouldn't only a few short weeks ago. Really, the only thing that's changed in the meantime is that the Apollo for Reddit developer Christian Selig made an unofficial Vision Pro YouTube app called Juno, which was immediately popular. Selig even designed to show YouTube's own ads to, quote, not make Google grumpy. Too late. They
Last
are grumpy,
player
and they're
standing.
making an app. The EU Council and Parliament have reached a provisional agreement on how to implement its right to repair directive for appliances
Spike
and similar
planted.
products. Most notably, they will now require vendors to extend a product's warranty by an additional 12 months
once it's been repaired while under its original warranty. Yeah, this thing's been under warranty for decades. They can't stop. While EU law also requires vendors to offer users the choice of a replacement device, this warranty extension is intended to encourage users to repair their goods rather than replace their broken goods, thereby keeping them out of landfills. The provisional agreement also includes rules against barriers to repair, such as hardware that is purposefully difficult to replace, or software that blocks the installation of second-hand and third-party parts by independent repair shops. It likewise requires that manufacturers make spare parts available for a reasonable price. This sounds like a good deal. Another interesting idea is intended to encourage, will now require vendors to extend a product's warranty by an additional 12 months once it's been repaired while under its original warranty. Yeah, this thing's been under warranty. They can't stop. While EU law also requires vendors to offer users the choice of a replacement device, this warranty extension is intended to encourage users to repair their goods rather than replace their broken goods, thereby keeping them out of landfills.
Down A.
The provisional agreement also includes rules against barriers to repair, such as hardware that is purposefully difficult to replace, or software that blocks the installation of second-hand and third-party parts by independent repair shops. It likewise requires that manufacturers make spare parts available for a reasonable price. This sounds like a good deal. Another interesting idea within the EU's Right to Repair Directive is the creation of
One enemy remaining.
for matchmaking
Spike down
between
A.
consumers and repair services, like Tinder, but for people with broken washing machines. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Moosend, the service that will put your email marketing woes out to pasture. With Moosend, you can create utterly beautiful and effective email campaigns using customizable templates, segmentation tools, and personalized dynamic elements.
They
And after you've launched your campaign,
Now is our chance.
NVIDIA's recently released RTX Video HDR feature, which uses an NVIDIA GPU's Tensor Cores to convert SDR video into HDR in real time,
Various
can apparently be tweaked to do
Hey
the same
homie,
thing.
I checked your videos.
We
Seems
know
like
this
you are
because
new
a
and
modder
kicking
going
streaming a
by
lot and still
eMoose
not affiliated
figured it
yet.
out and published it as a
I
mod
got a
on
proposal for you.
Nexus
I will share your
possibly
stream
with
to a
a
kick
special
community
keyboard
for you
built
to
for
hit
this.
1,000 followers and
ours
earn
to
nothing
win.
less than
You'll need Windows
$1,000
11
per
to run
streaming
it, but
and
based
enable
on
your
early
sub button.
feedback,
Chat
it
me
seems
up
like
on
the mod
Discord to
generates
discuss
better
more.
looking visuals
My
than
username
Windows
is
11's
donut_Fred.
auto
No thanks, goodbye.
So, you'll want to enable this if you want to be so much happier. A fusion reactor has now generated almost twice the amount of energy that was put in it.
Return
The
to
same
self.
scientists who reported the net energy
My
use
ultimate is not
rescue
ready.
have had their original findings peer-reviewed and have now released a separate paper on more recent trial runs. They now claim their reactor has been able to generate 1.9 times the amount of energy it received to start the fusion reactor. This is promising news, but experts point out we're still decades away from commercial power. I feel bad for
One enemy remaining.
neglecting it since Fusion was born, but Fusion can't even walk yet. TSMC, manufacturers of the world's most advanced semiconductors
cannot
and
let
the world's
them
largest
unweave our
semiconductor
world.
foundry, is now also the largest semiconductor maker by revenue, having finally surpassed both Intel and Samsung for the 2023 fiscal year. Despite difficulties getting plants up and running in the US of A, TSMC is also expanding and announced that it will build a second Japanese fabrication plant, which is scheduled to begin construction before the end of this year. That being said, none of these external plants are likely to fabricate TSMC's most advanced 2nm processes, which the firm seems
the
intent on
calm,
keeping
I
in
see.
Taiwan, where
Through
it's
the
safe
storm,
and nothing
I
bad should ever
fight.
happen. The U.S. State Department has announced visa restrictions could be placed on groups and individuals who misuse commercially available spyware to harass activists, journalists, political opponents, and otherwise vulnerable people. Further, they will also be placing these restrictions on investors and vendors whose companies enable this kind of misuse. Commercial spyware is typically marketed to police and government agencies for use against known criminals and foreign spies, but their misuse is rampant worldwide. According to Google, around 80% of the zero-day vulnerabilities uncovered by its threat analysis group in 2023 were attributable to commercial spyware vendors. So remember, every
Spike
time you
planted.
report an exploit or install a security update,
One
you are
enemy
tuning
remaining.
into some massive jerk's bottom line. Great job. And Amazon is testing some changes to one of its pilot programs in the U.S. to prevent the untimely murder of the company's Flex driver, an Uber-like program where independent contractors, aka independent people can sign up to use their own unbranded cars to make deliveries. Amazon's app will now display a Flex driver's name and photograph to customers.
I had it half, you're good.
Likewise, select drivers will receive Amazon-branded magnets and lights to display on their car. Now, all this is happening because since 2022, 5 Flex drivers have been shot, while at least 5 others have had guns pulled on them by homeowners who mistook them for intruders. Tragically, there were even at least 2 fatalities. Amazon launched the Flex program in 2015, meaning it took them almost a decade to realize sending civilians out in the dark of night in unmarked cars full of real-life loot boxes wasn't the smartest idea. But it would be smart of you to come back on Friday for more tech news. We're gonna beam knowledge right into your cranium. Don't worry, it's very simple.
A goose couple in Massachusetts proved just how strong their bond was when one of them sustained a serious injury. Arnold the goose lives on a pond right by New England Wildlife Center, and staff had noticed that he was having trouble walking due to an injured foot. They brought him in for surgery, and as they were covering him for anesthesia, they heard a knock at the door. To their surprise, the knock was coming from this goose named Amelia, who staff gathered was Arnold's partner. Amelia stayed at this door the entire surgery, constantly pecking at it, trying to get in to see Arnold. Not only that, but the entire time Arnold was in recovery, she would wait around just for a chance to have a meal with him. And whenever they put Arnold in a pen outside for some fresh air, Amelia would come running up each time to get in the pen with him. They'd have a little date until it was time for Arnold to go back inside and rest, and then Amelia would wait nearby for the next one. Eventually, Arnold healed as expected, and he and Amelia are back in the wild together. I'm Jen, and I post something positive every day.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
More ways that you can do this. More ways that you can buy freedom. Alex Hormozy puts this perfectly. How can I take this money and turn it into more money?
You man ready for a light show?
I don't know. How can I take this money and make more money? I want money, money, money. Really, just money. They money and just money, money. Money, 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 money. I just want money. Scatter. I have a few weapons. Shit.
My ultimate's ready.
Last player standing.
What?
Spike planted.
I got pinned in the ear like that. Bye-bye. That guy's done. He's gonna get done again.
Flash!
Once more into battle. I'm not tired. Are you? I have your back.
Did you lose any weight doing the carnivore diet?
Yeah, the 12 days I did
You
it.
should run.
12 days. That was me doing the car. Yeah, I mean, I had vicious diarrhea. So
Shit, my
that
body
day
out like it.
Spike
made
planted.
me mad. It's crazy.
Bro, I did it with him. It was fucking crazy. I shit my pants.
Last
And I
player
shit my
standing.
boxers once. I was in bed and I shit my
That's
fucking
when you
boxers.
need to eat a bowl of rice.
Yeah, dude.
You hit one diarrhea,
I was taking these little Hershey Kiss
Something
stuff.
happens though after that, you probably should.
I was 16 days in.
It took me about 2 weeks. I remember Tom Segura texted me. He said, "This diarrhea is astonishing. It is truly astonishing diarrhea."
I had water. It was like black oil.
Yeah,
Oil water. It didn't smell as bad. It didn't smell that bad though. I don't know
There's
what
nothing.
was
There's nothing.
Smelled
It's
just like
water.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegans will tell you it's all toxins. Really? Toxins. Dude, I don't know. I started missing
big dumps.
Yeah, I think your body just dumps are back on the menu, and I'll tell you what, I'm having the time of my life.
Dude, I learned I'm a bit of a size queen, dude. I like those little
pebble dumps.
Yeah, I was
There's-
good about it.
I couldn't agree more.
You need to get it.
Fucking large dump, dude. You should eat a lot of kale. Just a horse pile. I got some kale in the fridge, Rob.
Yeah, have a lot of kale before you eat your food. You know,
Really?
I told myself I got off that.
You know?
Yeah.
All that roughage and fiber.
I told myself, I was like, I'm just gonna eat meat and vegetables. I got off that diet. I stayed out so hard to gain all the weight back right away. I was so
Wow! How did you feel when you were on?
I felt good. I did feel good. I really
Spike
did.
planted.
The first couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first night we did stand up.
Off your feet!
Yeah.
But the keto stuff, I like the feeling when I get
Last
like
player
weeks into it, I
standing.
start feeling kind of like loopy. I don't know. I also got
you
sick
stop. Yeah, you get sick of eating
so
meat.
sick of meat.
So you just don't eat.
I made a rack of ribs and looked at them and I was like, I can't, dude. I can't eat them. I'm so sick of meat.
That's so funny.
It was weird.
I have zero problem.
Having Lemaire lives with me now. That was not helpful for the diet. Like 2 a.m. and be like, all right, I'm ordering pizza. Like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I was
out.
making pancakes in my house in the morning for my kids, just looking at them like,
It's so weird how the most desirable foods are all terrible.
no.
The most desirable, like a plate of lasagna, like smell it, like
Yeah.
a good pizza right out of the oven, like oh gee, right when you're about to take that bite and you feel that warm cheese.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Me and Lemaire ate some DiGiorno last night while we were watching Top. Shit rock.
Spike down, B.
We usually don't, but you know.
What's the best what's the one that you could?
One enemy remaining.
Fucking good.
Is it?
Yes. It was, especially, I mean, if you're eating DiGiorno, you're blacked out.
Yeah. No, we're talking.
I can hear you. Get back to me.
Probably kill more people.
Dude,
from
you
the
ever
house
do
fire.
fucking nutritions on this?
How about house fire?
Oh,
People
yeah.
get black out and put those things in the oven and pass out all the time.
DiGiorno by the sea.
Spike is here.
They kill whole blocks of robots.
For real. There's no, yes, that has to happen nonstop.
How many of the people eating?
They were not
If
good
you're
enough.
sober eating a frozen pizza, you're a fucking
Can't use this yet.
I'll be on the record for that.
They shook pedophiles eating them.
Pedophiles are sober eating frozen pizza.
You're not kind of lit when you eat one of those. You're a
You gotta
pedophile.
be high as fuck.
Have you ever tried to make your own pizza? You ever do the pizza oven thing?
I worked at a restaurant. We were doing that. I'm not good at it.
But now you have a nice yard. Like maybe you get a
Oh,
little pizza.
pizza oven would be nice.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not doing it.
Your culinary
Together.
journey is
I'm
going
playing
to
Xbox.
I
No
can
joke.
see you. It's not that hard. I can see you with a ladle of
Oh,
sauce.
yeah.
I got
Throw in the fresh mozzarella.
I'm never gonna
the
change.
basil.
I've
Push it in
I've
there.
accepted who I am.
Take a Bud Light. Watch it cook. Turning it.
Dude, cooking is a serious great joy of life. Learning how to
Yeah.
cook is
I
a
get it.
genuine
We gotta
great
get you into making pizza, bro.
That's a joke. You know that's the last thing I need.
joy. You can use like non-GMO organic.
Yeah.
Flour.
Get some
Last
Italy
player
flour.
standing.
Yeah, flour straight from Italy with no fucking
I'm gonna play Xbox and DoorDash Chipotle,
Mm.
and then go to the show. That's it.
If you are not doing well,
Schedule
keep
every
trying.
day.
That's a solid
That is
idea.
kinda tight.
Fuck, the show's in 8 hours. So soon. I have it's cutting into all my doing nothing.
You ready to get back onto a workout routine?
I am. I've been hitting you up. I've been like, bro, I need
You
you.
came here once.
I need you though.
Yeah, you need it.
I need someone to go, you have to do it.
Right.
When you tell me if you're like, I can't make it today, I'm waking up looking at my phone going,
I really
Thank
like working out with you
God.
guys, but I also really like working out with myself.
Going nuts, yeah.
Yeah, it's just for me, it's like it's a good time where there's nothing.
you've been working out?
Yeah. What are you talking about? I always work out. I'm not gonna ever.
You've been saying I can't work out today
No,
and you're working
I
out?
couldn't do certain things.
Yeah.
I hurt my back a little bit. It wasn't bad though. It was a muscle pull. I
You
was
fought well.
I was doing this new exercise. I was doing it a little too heavy. I tweaked something.
Workout's full. I am ready to get back to it.
Opponent killed.
Yeah, no slack.
Yeah, I need it. Brian Simpson likes to leave early. Oh, I got a meeting. Brian Simpson always has a meeting.
One enemy remaining.
Every fucking time.
Spike down mid.
Desana is the best, dude. Desana, dude, he'll literally, he gets out, sits, he's like, he's such a dickhead. Yeah.
Last round before the switch.
No, I was okay. I'll take a whiz right now. Take it, bro.
He loves to sing like a grandma. We'd be in the other room and you just hear twinkle, twinkle. I'm pretty sure he lived with an old lady because he started saying all of these things when we're moving furniture or something like that. He says wackadoo. And I'm like, who says wackadoo? That feels like such an old-timey thing to say.
I say wackadoo.
But it's a mystery. I'll never get to know. What's a cat say?
Wackadoodle.
One day, I was in a low time in my life, and I thought I would try to cheer myself up by visiting a local bird
One
store.
enemy remaining.
I saw him there, and he had already plucked his neck feathers and his chest. So I called him a
They're
little
planting
green
over here.
turkey vulture.
Spike planted.
But I think it just gives him more character. His original owner passed away, and whoever inherited him just boarded him there. And I was like, yeah, he's coming home with me. What? Oh my god, I like cried for him. He was really quiet for the first couple days. But I was really patient and slow. And he kind of just gradually let it out over time.
Switching sides.
Have you come to visit me?
Look for my shadows, they will hide you.
Doesn't seem to matter what I'm doing, everything he gets into. He's currently on my fish tank. Anything I did a bit? Singing Twinkle Twinkle. He has to be at least close by so that he can scream. But it is what it is. It's just life with parrots. So, the bird store where I got Banu, I ended up getting a job there. And this little green bird just immediately pressed herself into my face. And I pretty much said, all right, well, I guess I'm taking you home. Banu immediately took to her.
Healing.
He decided he was going to take all that love and affection, bring it to Petrie. For the most part,
Last player
Banu
standing.
chasing her around.
Spike down B.
She kind of just put up with it. And they socialize and entertain each other. Now, Banu just
What will it be this
exudes
time?
love.
Have any patterns emerged yet?
Yeah, he's just amazing.
Ooh, I gotta do a number one and a number two. Let me go ahead and oh, I ain't know somebody was there. My bad. Hey, how long you gonna just let me know how long you stand outside. Let me know when you're done. Because I really gotta go. Just let me know when you're done. Are you okay? Okay. All right, just let me know when you're done, and then I'll come in.
Shadows traveling.
Dang, what you take so long? What you doing up in here? Number one or number two? I gotta go, man. Just let me know when you're done. I gotta go.
Welcome back. Got some heavyweights today. Great knockout, you know what I mean. The only thing is, no bark, no bite.
He's getting ready. He goes very fast.
Can't use this yet.
Last player standing.
Barrier created.
Wow. Welcome back for the fight over. I wasn't even trying to take your toy. You ain't have to slap the head off my chin like. Oh, River, come on.
What is mine?
No. Only thing is.
Show me that fucking like psycho.
He's getting ready. He goes pretty fast. Come on. Here. River, come on. You realize you're not that tough.
Wow. You welcome back for the fight over a fluffy toy? I wasn't even trying to take your toy. You ain't have to slap the head off my chin like that.
Hey, don't put your tail on. It's got kitty little dust on it. Stop.
This a free country. Cat got ready. It's on you.
Y'all see him? Y'all, I keep telling don't. Hey,
It's about to touch
don't
you.
even.
It's
Don't.
about to touch
I see that.
you. Don't be sticky. It's about to touch
Don't
you.
even. Don't.
It's about to touch
I
you.
see that.
Don't be sticking me.
No, you know what?
What?
I ain't playing now.
What you gonna do then?
Keep your tail off me. Keep your stinky tail off of me.
It's on you.
Hey, don't
smell me.
Don't even.
Don't
Last
smell
player
me.
standing.
I see it.
Spike down
Don't
mid.
put it on me.
Boy, it ain't.
Don't put it. Ha! You missed.
I said it ain't on.
One enemy remaining.
Can't use this yet. And enjoy the outside world. But in reality, they can care less, people. I mean, read the signs. They don't like bugs, they don't like weird noises, and they don't like random people or things. I think I cracked the code.
30 seconds left.
Go away. Go. Oops, squirrel.
Can't use this yet.
What's that?
I don't know.
I was kidding. Oh, it's not here. We go to park.
Change side.
Park over here, y'all.
I am not just your healer.
Yeah, I
You are truly.
Don't like weird noises, and they don't like random people or things. I think I cracked the code.
Go away. Go. Oops, squirrel. What's that?
I don't know.
I was kidding. We go to park.
Change side.
Park over here, y'all. Hey. Park over here. If you get out the car, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, it's not anything. Yeah, I'm with you, Rufus.
You still need? Where is that?
Rufus!
Get away from my man!
Healing you.
Don't come inside the street. Stay over there.
They are so dead.
Can't use this yet.
Taken out. Enemy spotted mid. Disappear.
Can't use this yet.
Oh man, it's nice out here this week. I like this little tree right here. I might have to put a little pee-pee.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah. What was that? What did you in my butt, man? Look here. Something just came out of nowhere in my butt, man. Did you see it? Did you see it?
My ultimate ready.
My bad, Doorbird. Like,
Get ready. I go fast.
you gonna go before I go. Yeah. Come on inside the street. Stay over there.
Hey.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rufus.
Where is that?
I'm the one
Get away from my man! You over there. Don't fuck inside the street. Stay over there. What you talking about, man? On my bump. On my mama bump. Hey, you over there. Hey, get my mama bump. Hey, so when y'all get my mama?
Come on, let's go.
Oh man, it's nice out here this week. Well, I like this little tree right here. I might have to put a little pee-pee on it. Yeah.
Nowhere to run!
My ultimate is ready.
Let me get my butt, man. Here, something came out.
Our spike is down.
Spike down A.
120 Omen. Flanking.
Shadows traveling. Hey, yo, you gonna go before I go. Hey, we gotta do something about that bird, man. Man, it's all nice. You smell that? It smells. God, what is that? Oh, wait a minute. It's something trying to land on my face. Spike planted. Is that a fly? Is that a fly over there? Did you see?
Phoenix, right there.
Going out. It's a fly. Oh, it's a fly. It's a fly. Oh, I saw it that time. It's trying to land. It's trying to lay eggs in my ear.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, nice.
They have a good time in there. Is it on my back? Is it on my back?
Stand in the doorway.
Stand on my, back on my face. Back on my face. He's trying to put baby eggs. Oh, I don't want no fly eggs. I don't want these fly eggs in me. Oh, hey. Oh, it's on this side of the box. Oh.
Easy, man.
You know what? I'm ready to go back home. Let's go back home.
The cat-dog combination has to be one of my favorites. I wonder if their languages are foreign to each other, you know? Like, do cats understand roof? And dogs understand meow? And if so, does this make them bilingual?
Paper off. Get out. Get out. Get out. It's my bed.
I'm ready, Sage. We got this.
That over there?
You get the kitty?
Oh, yeah. Get out. Oh, get me.
Get the kitty. Get it.
Get out.
Get the kitty.
All right. Get out. Get out.
Good dog.
Thank you, Daddy. Get out. Get out.
Off your feet!
Hey, cat. You listen to me? Hey, I'm scared here on the couch. You got plenty of
Spike
toys
down,
right here
mid.
to play with. Do not get on this couch. I'll be right back. You hear me? I'll be right back. I ain't playing with you. Why you looking at my couch like that?
With the weather change at our doorstep, we're going to have to figure out what's really important.
Ultimate is ready.
Or there will be.
One
We got
enemy
flanked. We got flanked at our spawn. At our spawn.
Yeah, I ain't going.
Last player standing.
Come on, open the door. I can't hold it. I can't hold it. Open the door. Close the door. Close the door. I can hold it.
30
We
seconds
see how
left.
much you all enjoyed the long-form content. The next set of videos, this is just for you. Enjoy.
Dang, why you walk me so fast? I'm trying to enjoy the scenery. Hold on. What you say? Why? Hey, oh, see, we need to slow down and watch where we step.
Hey, who y'all offer? Yeah, I'll take some of that too. Can I just blow your hand? Oh, I can't. All right, I ain't gonna bite you. You would've got a better tip though, like a bite you.
Clutch.
Watch your tail, man. You trying to hit me on purpose? What you doing up there anyway? I want to look out the window.
My advice? Don't get shot.
Up there, look out the window. Watch your tail. I'm all right. I'm all right.
You eat a turkey? You take a whole turkey off the counter? Seriously, Toby? A whole turkey?
Yes, sir.
That's a bad dog.
That's a bad boy.
I'm sorry.
Was it good?
Yes.
Feel good about yourself?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in to another Rockstar video. Make sure you subscribe for more content and leave us a like. Maybe 10,000 likes in an hour? I think we can do it. Come on, guys. Also, comment down below your favorite video from the day. You know I want to know. As always, we appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next video.
White guys are so afraid to be a racist.
Be at
You
peace.
see a few black guys walking towards you in an area you don't belong in, run. But you can't run. See black guys coming on. I don't want to assume that these young men are gonna beat me in my face.
One enemy remaining.
Racism, so they gotta wait to get beat up first before they can even think
30
about
seconds
running.
left.
My advice: run, get home, feel guilty, but be alive. Alive and guilty is a good thing. Because if I see 5 bald white dudes walking towards me, I ain't gonna wonder if they got cancer. I'm gonna go. Those look like skinheads. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You're able to not have to work to make money at some point. That is a passive income stream. By diversifying all the different passive income streams in your life, you are just optimizing more ways that you can do this. The hunt begins. Buy freedom. Alex Hormozy puts this perfectly. How can I take this money and turn it into more money instead of taking this money and buying stuff? In this video, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about all of the resources. I'm talking about what you have the ability to leverage right now, which is time, especially, and energy. We're going to talk about 7 different passive revenue streams that might be possible for you to get started with today, if they sound like they're a fit, and how you can get started. Number 1, video courses. This one is my favorite. I actually think that this one doesn't get enough attention, and I'm probably saying that's super biased because I've been doing this a lot. But the access that we have on our phones to be able to create amazing video makes creating video courses that much easier. What is a video course? A video course is essentially an instruction manual of some kind, a tutorial, a series of videos that walks somebody through how to do something. It's great for those people who are visual learners, which a lot of people claim to be. I want you to just think about the last time somebody asked you how to do something. Something that you're like, I do this all the time. It's so easy. This is how I make the souffle. Or this is how you change the oil in a car. It doesn't matter when someone's like, I can't believe you do that. That's amazing. Imagine you took a little bit of extra effort to go, 3 people have asked me about this. It's not that many. But if these 3 people are asking me, how many people are asking Google? Or how many people
One
are
enemy
searching
remaining.
for resources like this? I want you to make a video, the best video, or the best series of videos you can possibly make at this moment in time. Doing that thing with the video course.
Even
Now
with
you just
numbers,
decide
anything can still
where to
happen.
put it.
Remember,
And you have to decide how people will get access to it. You can, of course, make this a free course on YouTube and upload it, but that's not why we're here. We're talking about passive income. You can also go to a membership site and create your own portal. This is why I love Uscreen. They're a good friend of mine. They have been partners on the channel, but I'm just shouting them out in this video. When you go there, you're basically creating your own Netflix, and you just upload your video courses there, and people can access them however you would like. They can pay to buy it as a course. They can become a member of your site and have access to lots of things. So many options. Another route you can go is nobody knows I exist, so I don't know if I'm going to create my own portal, and I don't have a marketing plan for that yet. I'm going to go to a marketplace that's already there to see what the interest might be, and maybe you can apply to a place like Skillshare and say, I'm going to upload my video course here. Now you can open yourself up to a whole group of people who may not have done before, but definitely wanted to know how to do
One
the thing.
enemy remaining.
You're going to make a little bit more money when you own everything. And so in the case of having your own membership or your own video portal on Uscreen, you decide the pricing, and it's going to be much more lucrative in that way. You're also going to pay more because you pay for the hosting of being able to have a portal there that is your own. Where on Skillshare, they're going to do more of like a revenue share type of setup what their agreements are. And so you'll make less money, but again, you have access to a greater number of people than you might have right now. So you're going to have to pay for it somewhere. Marketing yourself or getting yourself in front of a big group of people. I have made so many video courses in my career. I know I make it look easy, but it really is this easy. So we should do a beginner's guide on creating video courses as a passive income stream. Let me know by subscribing to this channel so it's on my radar. Comments also welcome. So how passive is this? Well, obviously, it is time, energy, resources, makeup, and lighting to, get us started here with a video course. And you're going to exert some energy to get it done. You got to do a little bit of editing and stuff. But once you have the best version of how you would teach somebody how to do something done and completed, and all someone has to do is click on it. The money that you need to get started really comes down to a couple of things. Do you have at least a smartphone to shoot with? Can you edit your phone? Do you have a computer you can edit with? Do you have some of those basics? You can use free editing software. It does not need to be fancy. You just need to deliver on the promise of the course and make sure it has been displayed beginning to end and you've done a great job. You'll also need to look into where do I want to
To the left, Chamber, to the left.
How much is that going to cost me, or is it going to cost me at all? And then I can share my revenue a little bit more. It is not free to make. So you're going to have to make sure that you price accordingly to what you're charging. Your first physical action step for creating a video course.
Last player standing.
Write down.
Spike planted. Come on, let's go!
My intro. So today we're going to find objective look and see, did Reddit find actual proof of an alien corpse? The world, you know, let's see. Let's keep an open, healthy mind. Now r/alien bodies is for serious discussions related to the Nazca mummies or other potential alien bodies. We advocate for open-minded
One
inquiry
enemy remaining.
with healthy skepticism. So this was created on September 19, 2023, and if that date sounds peculiarly familiar,
Attackers win.
then you remember around that time I made a video where I looked at the Mexican Congress showcasing alien bodies inside, you know, the Mexican Congress. And of course,
That's how you get the last
quick
one of the
idea,
night.
What you saw were these kind of bodies.
We got
and if they
TV
look
to go
similarly close to ET, believe it or not, about a month or two after that, around November, there was actually further analysis
25
inside the alien balls
29
again,
got
too. It was
25,
actually
85
reintroduced entirely to Congress again. So yeah, at some point in November 7, 2023, the Mexican Congress held a